Welcome to episode 240 of Flights, Football, and Anything Else. Yep, that's right. Dave is still detained by the European authorities, but the Flights, Football, and Anything Else legal team is burning the midnight oil, working 24 hours around the clock. He should be back for episode 241. Then again, if he's not, he's not. But normal sit-in host Eric, regular Eric, is joined by, as we affectionately call him on the pod, other Eric, who is the guitarist of TweeKs Corner, while Eric is the bassist.
Yep.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, you got it.
Correct. Absolutely.
All right. So, welcome aboard, Eric.
Thank you.
Now, be honest. Eric wasn't even part of the episode 1. Do you listen?
I've listened to an episode and a half.
Out of 240, you've listened.
Oh,
I'm just being honest.
You didn't need to be that honest. I mean, I knew you didn't listen to all 240, but fuck.
I've listened to about 99.
he's got a picture of you in his room.
Well, that makes up.
I'm happy to be here.
But yeah. Anyway, so if you've listened to one, since about. Yeah, we're on 240, let's say.
Well, I listened to the darn near 3-hour episode last week.
Right. Well, they're not normal, but the format is generally the same since about episode 150. The only segment that's missing last week and this week is the Stump Dave segment where I'm going through the top 100 rock songs of the 80s.
That he apparently never gets.
Very rarely.
Very.
And with my stellar singing voice, I don't know how they're not just dead giveaways.
I don't understand it either.
So, before we introduce the first beer, this wasn't even anything sit on the pod.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I just like full disclosure to our listeners. It started with, I think it was 238 at Dave's house where I said, Young Sheldon's a prequel to Big Bang Theory. I mean, I never, and in fairness to myself, I never watched either show, so why would I know that? But I guess it's common knowledge if you do. And then I never knew Wimbledon was actually a town in southeast or southwest London.
I did not know that either.
I knew that because I was there,
Oh.
and that's the only reason I know. Otherwise, I would never know either.
Liz, my wife and I just got back from London. Well, not just, but this year we went to London for the first time, and I just thought Wimbledon was the
name, like the
tennis
event.
court,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
venue. But yeah, I guess it's so I apparently it must be like Shields is to Saginaw, what Wimbledon is to London. But I just thought it was like Augusta National.
Yeah,
is where the Masters is played, but it's. It was just,
hey, I learned that now. Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess I'm not the only. I just never knew.
Fun
the
fact
city.
of the day.
Yeah. So it was just weird. I'm like, I consider myself somewhat intelligent, even though I say a bunch of stupid shit on this pod.
Well, that's all right.
But that could be some of the beer we're drinking. But it was like, God damn, that's a fucking.
I never knew that. Honestly, no.
So, but all right. Anyway, other Eric's going to do his best because other Eric does not drink stouts, porters, IPAs, but he is going to be a trooper, and he is participating in the tastings.
I'm going to be a man about it.
And our first tasting, I mean, if he survives this one, I mean, he might do well.
Smooth ride from there.
We have Love Letters from Hell from Abomination Brewing Company, which is a microbrewery in North Haven, Connecticut. 9.6 ABVs and 0 IBUs.
Mm-hmm.
Love Letters from Hell.
I do like the I like the
artwork.
yeah, I do too. The design, that's pretty cool.
All right.
Smells good.
Oh yeah.
That's a traditional IPA pour there.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
Woo.
That's pretty good.
Oh, you get slammed with that right off the jump. That like, I don't even want to say it wrong. What is that I'm tasting right off the jump?
It tastes like
creamsicle.
Yeah, like almost like like a creamsicle. Like you get that right off the jump there.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of strawberry in the aftertaste too. That's really
See,
good.
I wasn't expecting the milkshake until you read the can when I brought them out.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that when I opened it. So, but
That's
you do
good.
get the milkshake, creamsicle taste,
Yeah.
and then the IPA is there.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. That's really good. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. All right. First segment. We always started off with what have you been watching?
I got about 4.
I got 3.
We got about 5.
Okay.
So ping pong.
Ping pong it. You guys start because I got the fewest amount. So go ahead. Let's let other Eric.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right.
Other Eric, better Eric. Whatever.
Other better.
Other better.
So I don't really watch a whole lot of movies. I watch more TV, but the movies I have watched lately have been The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's about takes place during World War II. Henry Cavill's in it. There's like a special team, and they
Okay, I actually saw the previews for that.
What's it?
I didn't see the movie.
Is it in theaters or is it on a streaming?
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I saw the preview
Gotcha.
at the movie theater.
Okay.
So it must be.
So he can't answer that. Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. He's part of the British, I guess, not their military, but he's outside of it. But the premise of it was pretty good.
Yeah,
All right.
it looked like it in. Well, how did you watch it? Illegally?
No, Mike, no.
We'll censor this part out.
I watched it like a paying customer at a movie theater.
All right. But yeah, we did. Liz and I can't remember what movie we went to see, but that was a while ago. It was the preview. And that looks like it could be good. It almost looked like an Umbrella Academy.
I'm probably gonna have to YouTube it because I'm drawing a complete blank on this.
Yeah, it's got Henry Cavill and the guy that's Reacher on the Prime series in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're pretty funny. It's pretty good.
All right, Eric.
Oh, me? Me and my son, we watched on Peacock Kung Fu Panda 4. No, it's a kid's movie, but
I want to see it.
yeah, we went through them because I've been watching them with him since he was yay big. Went through and watched Kung Fu Panda 4. And then I found out some sad news. It's kind of related. I didn't know Jack Black, his rock band Tenacious D, they're breaking up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I guess
Political reasons, but
stupid reason, but
they're
guess.
calling it. And I was like, oh, damn, that sucks. And I found that out because when I watch movies, I'll search up. I mean, obviously, I know it was Jack Black, but, just things. What are they
Jack
doing?
Black is really in a band.
Yeah,
I know
Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny. You ever seen that movie?
What's a
Kyle Gass?
Yeah.
What's the Rock movie?
What?
With Jack Black?
School of Rock?
Oh, School of Rock. Yeah.
I thought that was just a gimmick. I didn't know.
No,
he
he really plays guitar and he sings.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yep.
Right.
So there's actually an infamous photo of Corey Taylor with Slipknot. They actually wanted to meet Tenacious D on one of the download festivals and stuff.
All right, and I've
So-
heard of Tenacious D. I guess I never.
Yep, they called it.
Yeah,
So
another thing I didn't
when I
know
was
Wimbledon was a town. I didn't know Tenacious D was Jack Black.
when I was searching up, just looking up stuff on Kung Fu Panda 4, I said Tenacious. I said, damn. So there's that.
All right. And now that I scratched my head and thought of it, I actually have 4 as well. I'll start with Liz and I went to Imagine Theater in Birch Run last Sunday, and we saw Longlegs.
Oh, that's a horror movie, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
My oldest son and my wife, we saw it separately. We saw it on the same day, but separately at different theaters. But they enjoyed it more than I did. I won't spoil it in case you want to look at it, in case you want to watch it. But it reminded me a lot of. I went in cold to this movie because Nicolas Cage is kind of hit or miss. Like some of his shit is great, and others is like,
What the fuck?
Well, he also does like every movie under the sun now.
Yeah. So, and I went in cold to From Dusk Till Dawn, that Tarantino movie with George Clooney.
Classic.
And an hour and 10 minutes into it, this was the best movie I'd ever seen in my life. I mean, I love the premise of the mobile home.
Dusk Till Dawn?
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it turns out they're fucking vampires. I'm like, motherfucker. I still enjoyed the movie, but that was kind of a buzzkill.
It didn't like ruin it for me, but Salma Hayek in that movie.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I say, I still give it a thumbs up, but I was just, if they would have went a different angle and just had a sociopath, and that's the same way with Longlegs. It's a good premise, and then when you find out how it's happening, you're like, fuck.
That was that.
It's like every M. Night Shyamalan.
What was that one, that Nicole Kidman ghost movie? You could have spoilers because the movie came out when I was in middle school. The Others. It's like a old time ghost movie, and then you find out that they're the ones that are dead, and it's a lie. It's like, oh fuck off.
All right, but yeah, so it's worth a watch. But I mean, Longlegs, Nicolas Cage,
which now pops up in my phone because when you were texting me, I was like, what? And then now I keep seeing the shit for it. I was like, oh, okay. So, but yeah, good over there.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just get fucking hot.
You're up.
All right. The other thing I've been watching, the last episode of the new season came out today. I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet. Is The Boys on Prime?
Oh, all right. So today is the last episode
of the season. Yep.
All right. So Liz and I will finally be able to start that now because we'll be able to binge it. That's lately our shows that we've been watching are week to week, and it's. Once you binge shit, it's not the same.
Yes, dude.
You get impatient.
Yeah, you said it on the pod, and I actually brought it up to my wife because we would do week to week to week, and then sometimes if you missed a week, and then now it's like, just let it get 4 or 5 in there, and then catch up on the shit.
So is it good? Dave's been liking it, and then Nate.
This season is good, but I don't think it's as good as the prior seasons have been.
Okay.
But I've heard a lot about the season finale.
Yeah.
That it's supposed to kind of make up for it and lead into the final season.
I just can't stop seeing the clip all over TikTok of the girl just squirting her breast milk all over the dude's face and him getting excited over it.
For those that don't know, the original Eric to this podcast has not seen The Boys.
Yes, I have not.
He doesn't know anything about it.
I got 2 episodes.
I had like 1 or 2 of the first season.
So he doesn't know anything about
I don't know. I don't know
about that.
And it's strange because I actually enjoy The Boys, and I'm not a Marvel guy. I'm not a DC guy. I like Deadpool and The Boys.
I do want to see the 3rd Deadpool.
So do I.
I do want to see that.
Is
that out right now?
No, I think it comes out tomorrow.
Soon?
Tomorrow or next week.
I do want to see that.
Sometime in July. So,
Receiver on Netflix. Started that.
Brian Adams from work. He says that's really good.
Yeah,
it's George Kittle's hilarious.
Oh my God. I'm starting to think it's a tight end thing because you got Gronk, infamous for partying. You got Kelsey, who's fucking and Kittle, and I'm just like, I think it's just a tight end thing, man, because
they just make it look fun.
Exactly, dude. You're blocking, you're catching touchdowns, you're getting hot women. I mean,
compared to like watching the receivers, and they're just so like bland or like, oh, they're not getting me the ball. Oh, it's the end of the world. Yep. Yeah,
but no, that shit was it's pretty entertaining, and my son was getting into it because he plays wide receiver, so he was really digging it. Unfortunately, his favorite stuff was the Justin Jefferson stuff because they were covering over the gritty.
Oh yeah,
and how all the kids at the school would do the grit. Oh my God! But no, it's definitely good. Definitely. Have you ever watched? Did you ever go through quarterbacks yet?
No.
You fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna wait all the positions.
Then go quarterback, running back.
You should watch quarterback. It's really good.
That's what Eric said.
They tried to do a season 2. And apparently Matt Stafford from the Rams was the only one that signed up.
So here's 10 episodes following Stafford.
But so they apparently didn't continue it, but the Rams put out like whatever footage they had of it for like a 1 episode thing on Rams TV.
Yeah, he told me that.
It's really good.
Back to watching it. But what I'm liking though too is these reality shows on football. They're entertaining. Like I like them, but I like it when it's somebody what I like on this is that everybody, like, it follows the guy from the Lions. All the Lions fans are gonna curse
Amon-Ra
my
St. Brown.
yeah, and then Kittle, and we all know the NFC Finals. So like the season goes in depth, and where you get some of the sports shows that follow, this team, and they go 0-16, done. It's like, well, we didn't need to watch that. So I'm excited to keep watching it. So
I don't know about Hard Knocks. Like that's the kind of
Yeah,
show that does that. They're doing the.
I haven't
Giants
watched I watched Hard Knocks when it was like season 1 or something because I thought it was cool, and then they just kept doing other teams I didn't. But obviously this year, as you can see, I will be watching this year with the old Chicago Bears.
I feel like I'm in enemy territory here, and the Bears.
Oh yeah, for the listeners, the other Eric is a Cowboys fan.
So that means there's 0 Lions fans in this house.
0.
And that's the way it should be.
That's the way.
And that's the absolute way it should
Nate
be.
represented last week, and
Still love you, Nate. It was fun.
my turn.
Yep.
Netflix, 2 seasons. This has actually been over like since 238, 239, 240. I want to say it's either 14 or 16 episodes. I think season 1 might have been 6. Season 2 is 8. It's called King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch.
I've seen.
I think I've seen. Is that the one where they get like these old toys and stuff? Yeah.
And it's interesting, and a lot of it's because Ken Golden got his stuff in sports memorabilia, so that's why I liked it. And then they're branching off into music, this, that, and the other thing. But just like Pawn Stars, what was the one they did on 8 Mile? What was that show called? Remember?
Oh fuck.
It was an auction. It was a Pawn Stars.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they had it was just like or Bar Rescue, just like any of those reality shows. Like, okay, the first season, okay, this is cool, this is real, and then you can tell like this guy's got a Pokemon card.
Yeah.
Okay, we can put it up for auction for $250,000. Oh, and you can tell it. No way you're getting this for $250,000. This is easily a $1 million card. You can tell it's probably not even his fucking card.
Exactly. They just want to start getting. Yep.
But it's interesting, like say, because the one guy, the owner of the Arizona Diamondbacks, has a phenomenal baseball card collection. He's got a Gem Mint 10 Mickey Mantle 52 rookie card, which is valued at like $16 million, and he's going to auction off his PSA 8.
Oh shit!
Because now he's got a 10, he can get rid of the 8.
Did you ever collect cards?
Yes.
What sport?
All of them.
All of them. See, when we grew up, we were massive into hockey collection cards.
Yeah, we had a pretty nice hockey card.
Yeah, and now, I mean,
I still have all the rookie cards that I had from.
I sold all mine, but now it's like the card. It was like my son talked about it, but man, I mean, it's like $15 for a pack of 4 cards, and it's like.
Oh yeah.
There's just so much more you can get now.
And that's what my 2 prize cards, and I'm going to turn away from the mic here, but this is more for Eric and Eric.
We'll narrate.
He's pointing to the card.
That's the Walter Payton rookie.
Oh, no shit.
Walter Payton rookie card. Fuck me.
The color's a little off, so it probably would only grade a 5 or a 6.
But still.
It is a 50-year-old card. And then I do have the Gretzky rookie.
Are you serious?
Unfortunately, I've got the Topps version and not the O-Pee-Chee version, even though it's the exact same fucking card except Topps.
Well, color me stupid. What's the difference?
I'll show you the difference. I'm gonna step away. You two talk amongst yourself. I will show
Discuss
you.
amongst yourself.
Discuss. Well, we'll wait to go on the rest of the shows. But no, that was a good card collection, though, man. I think the only one that I can think of, I remember I had Joe Sakic rookie card.
Wow. Yeah, Mike just handed me the Gretzky rookie card.
Yeah, holy shit.
That thing is amazing.
Yeah. That would have kept, because we used to, like, we would bust out our card collections and like play poker, and the winner would get somebody's card and shit like that. That's what we used to do.
I think one of the best memories I have of that is you handed me a Pavel Berry card.
Oh man,
you thought it was worth like 5 cents.
Dick.
It ended up being worth like $40.
Yeah, we went to the card shop. And they're like, "Oh," I said, "You got to be shitting me, man."
Now, if this were the O-Pee-Chee card, this card would be, well, mine's probably only, like I say, a PSA 7 maybe, because you can see it's a little faded on the corners and everything. But in answer to your question, the only difference, like right there, it says tops.
Mm-hmm.
The value one is the O-Pee-Chee because O-Pee-Chee
Okay.
was tops in Canada.
No shit.
The Canadian.
So, yeah. So
I mean, it's Canada. It shouldn't count.
right.
All right, that's badass.
All right,
though.
so you got way cooler rookie cards than we got.
Yeah.
I'm a lot
For real.
older than you.
Yeah.
I think the coolest one I got is Mike Madonna, if anybody even remembers him.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right.
I think I got Osgoods too.
Yeah, I had Joe Sakic that I can remember from the Quebec Nordiques before the Avalanche. I could be wrong. It's been so fucking long though.
All right. The other movie I watched was Inside Out 2.
Oh yeah.
Took my daughters to go see it. It was really good. Surprisingly, a bit more emotional than I wanted to be. But
How old are your daughters?
I have a 15-year-old and a soon-to-be 13-year-old daughter.
Oh, nice.
Both girls.
Yeah, I want to see that. I think it's on Disney Plus too now, ain't it? Or coming, I'm sure.
I'm sure it's coming soon. If it's
And they
not
still
there
go to the
already.
movies with Dad, eh? That's
It takes a lot of bribery.
well, but that's like Liz and I are thrilled. We're going to New York 9th, 10th, 11th. Because I've been to a baseball game at every stadium. But while I was doing that quest, the Yankees, the Rangers, and the Braves all got new stadiums.
Oh.
So I've got those 3 to go. So we're going to knock off the new Yankee Stadium. And our youngest son wanted to go with us. And like we're like,
Yep.
all right, that's cool. Fuck
Yeah.
you can
Oh,
come
yeah.
along. So,
There you
go.
For me, speaking of which, earlier, Young Sheldon, me and the wife started that Monday night. Got about 6-7 episodes of the first season. And yes, it is a prequel to Big Bang Theory.
What is that on?
Netflix right now. So
I still haven't. I've seen clips of it online. That's
There's
the most I've seen.
There's some funny stuff. Now, I'm not going to lie. Like, I chuckled at a good amount of stuff. Just judging from the 6 episodes, I don't know how they got 6 seasons out of it. But, I mean, they could surprise me.
Money.
There could be some hilarious shit. But if it's the same humor, I'll probably tap out by the end of the first season. So, but, yeah.
Another Netflix. And maybe this is one of better Eric's. A Netflix 7 episodes.
That's right.
America's Sweethearts. The Dallas Cowboy
yeah,
cheerleaders.
There we go.
I haven't even watched it.
Oh, I tell you what, it's
It's pretty interesting. I've seen a few episodes of it.
I'm sure you have.
I don't know what that's
two
supposed to imply.
the 2 people that run that show are fucking Milton fucking bitches, and the one
Really?
is from their class of like 88. So that makes that's 36 years ago. So that puts her in her mid 50s, maybe even approaching early 60s. She looks fucking good,
Yeah.
but she's a fucking bitch. But the girls seem to like her.
Well, because the cameras are on.
Well, yeah.
You ain't going to hate somebody when the
Putting on a
camera.
show.
Yeah.
You got to be part of the Cowboys.
You're not going to hate your boss when the cameras are on. You're going to love that motherfucker.
But I'll never hear the song Thunderstruck
the same way again.
the same way again because I watched the routine, and the jump split
Yeah.
is a fucking amazing. I don't know how anybody can do that because I mean they're up in the air, down and up. That's hard work. I mean,
I can. Oh, I can
it's
imagine.
definitely hard work. Both of my daughters are cheerleaders,
Oh.
and seeing some of the stunts that they do,
Yeah.
and my oldest, she's a flyer, so she gets the one that gets thrown in the air.
Yep.
It scares the shit
Yeah.
out of me because every time she gets thrown in the air, I'm like, somebody better fucking catch her.
oh yeah,
Bet you toned as fuck though, man, doing that shit. Because like I've seen like I was telling him earlier, like the guy cheerleaders like holding them up with one hand. I'm like, they got to just be jacked, man.
Well, they're in high school, so boys aren't allowed to participate
oh
yeah, this was at MSU
in
football
the,
game. I should
competitive cheer
clarify.
stuff, but those girls still get thrown in the air,
oh yeah.
like really high.
And I remember the one that was on. Her name's Reese, and she's from Alabama. And man, her fucking boyfriend outkicked his coverage. Because he's a fucking twit, and she's looks completely different. Non-cowboy cheerleader versus cowboy cheerleader, because that makeup fucking, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
you barely recognize her. But once you talked, it's a little whiny Southern voice. It's fucking pretty annoying, and she's
Yeah, I
like,
can-
it's like, oh fuck. But yeah, so anyway, that's actually a good watch.
All right. Who was that on?
That was me.
That was you? Oh, okay.
So I didn't watch it, but I attempted to because I am a Star Wars fan. But I tried to watch The Acolyte. I don't know if you guys.
Dave is in.
Dave's the one that covers
Dave
that.
watches that.
I got through 5 minutes of it and turned it off because it was shit.
All right, so you're my kind of guy.
Apparently, it's about lesbian space witches now. That's what Star Wars has come to. Thanks, Disney.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the next logical step, I would think.
Evolution, I guess.
The evolution of the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't good. So
now again, I'm a neophyte when it comes to Star Wars. So the Acolyte, would you say that is before Star Wars that I saw in the 70s, or is that actually like after Star Wars?
it's supposed to take place way, 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 way before, like
Okay.
1,000 years before the Episode 4 and all
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
that. I think.
last for me, me and my son, we watched another movie, the original Men in Black, the first one with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. He's been wanting to see it. I've been catching him up, and because there's a lot of things that he watches and he'll reference and he'll think it's funny, and I'm like, you don't even know what that's from, right? So, and then when he sees it, so he's paying attention, and so we watched the first Men in Black. That was a good trip down memory lane because I haven't seen it in a long time. That was a pretty good, funny movie. So,
All right. Finally for us, our week to weeker. There's one left. Last night we watched on Apple Plus episode 7 of Presumed Innocent. Actually, one of the few that holds your interest from week to week.
It's in my queue. That's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And that's it. So obviously you have Apple then, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. Where do you rate your streaming services, Eric? Because I've said on the pod, I said if you had a gun to your head and you could only use one, I think Apple is probably.
I literally have every streaming.
So do
service
we.
under the sun.
Yeah, we're probably actually losing money on the deal.
Yeah,
because you got
Absolutely. I would probably put, honestly, HBO Max at the top.
See, that's the one we hardly ever watch.
Apple Plus is a close second, though, because I do watch a lot of shows on there and movies. Netflix would probably be near the bottom.
he keeps telling me, and I keep telling him, just like the pod, that I got to watch the. Oh shit, man! You guys talk about it all the time, and now I'm just drawing a blank. Dude,
the soccer movie on
yeah.
Apple Plus.
Oh,
What
Ted
is it?
Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
Lasso,
He
yeah.
keeps telling, and I'm like, every time, I'm like, dude, Mike talks about it all the time. I
Well,
know, but
and
I don't
actually-
have.
Gold.
And I was the same because Dave watched that before I did. And I'm like, oh, Dave. I'm thinking, this is a Star Wars type shit. I ain't watching. I don't like soccer.
Yeah.
I don't,
That's what he told me. He's like, oh, it's probably some sci-fi thing. I'm like, I don't just watch sci-fi, man.
Right.
I was like, it's about football in England.
Yeah, it's actually really funny.
I'll have to check it out, but I also don't have Apple Plus.
You got to
so.
get Apple.
I
Shit, get
know.
one of your other ones.
I probably, yeah.
Now Netflix, you got to keep Netflix though
Because of Raw.
Because of Raw, because Damian Priest is gonna be laying pipe.
We're
on the
going
Netflix.
to go over on that one on
We're
the
gonna
inside
get
the
into
ropes. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. So that's all I've listened to, or watched, I should say.
That's all I watch. You got anything else?
Yeah, the only other thing is finally caught up on The Rookie. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Never seen it.
Never seen it
It's on
either.
Hulu. It's got the guy from the TV show. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's an older one. They turned it into a movie. It was a sci-fi movie, but it's pretty good. It's about a rookie cop.
Yeah,
essentially.
I know what it is. I just never saw it because I remember when it was on ABC.
And now for all you listeners at home, by the way, as you could tell, me and Mike are the ones on paper and notebook with our notes, and the other Eric is reading off of his phone.
Because I don't have paper and pen in my house because I live in the 20th century.
Fair enough. Couple of musicians in the house. What have we listened to?
I've been listening to. I went through early 2000s. I went through the second album from Rob Zombie, Sinister Urge, that came out 2001. Head PE's second album, Broke, that came out in 2000. And then I did Stone Temple Pilots' Greatest Hits. They're always a band that I don't like their full albums, but I do like their radio singles, which is odd because there's a lot of
Every band you listed, I don't think I would like any of the
Yeah.
albums. Maybe a few songs here and there.
like there's so many people that think like this band, like Foo Fighters, is awesome. Well, listen, I can't listen to any of their albums from start to finish. I like the singles, just like Smashing Pumpkins. So Stone Temple Pilots' greatest hits, and then on the way over here, we put in the fourth Creed album. That we got a couple Full Circle.
That shit
listening.
was badass.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm not.
You can't listen to a full Smashing Pumpkins album?
No, I got their greatest hits.
Oh.
I like their singles. There's
Billy Corgan's hit or miss.
yeah, that's exactly it. Billy Corgan's a little
You either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
All right.
100%.
All right, so we're leaving Innovation Beer Works, which is on 46 and 15, I think, or 46 and whatever road that is. Like I think it's a Richville address. Liz and I stopped there, a couple appetizers. I had a flight of beers, and then their IPA, delicious IPAs. So it's actually basically a lagers, except they serve food. So,
Okay.
and as we leave, I'm like,
Right there at the split.
yes,
Yep.
exactly, yep.
All right.
And as we leave, I'm like, I'm OCD. I listen to Fuck the Rest by Falling in Reverse like 4 times on the way home from Meyer.
I'm the same way. Speaking of Falling in Reverse,
Yeah.
their new song, Ronald, I've had that on repeat, especially like if I'm working out after work.
What do you think of the one with Jelly Roll?
It's all right. Like the
See, I'm not a
country
huge
one.
Jelly Roll fan.
I like his new stuff. The more like country, like slower stuff. I don't like his earlier rap stuff.
shit. Yeah.
But anyway, so I and then she doesn't listen to Jim. I had a little bit of the Jim Cornette experience to listen to, but she doesn't like listening to that. So I said, you know what?
Nobody likes listening to that.
Oh, I like it. I like the Jim Cornette.
And I'm like, all right, let's pick something. I went search. Boom, hit play. As the kids would say, I think I've slept on Journey.
Oh, for sure. Really? I wasn't expecting you to say that.
Journey,
and like,
really?
and like, because if I don't know if you guys have Spotify, but if you go to Spotify, search an artist, and click shuffle play, it'll give you their like top 10, 15, 20 most downloaded, played,
Yeah.
whatever
Mhm.
the
Their top
algorithm is. And my favorite Journey song is Stone in Love.
Oh, okay.
And that didn't hit till 11.
Mhm.
There was 11 songs before that. And Don't Stop Believing, obviously, is just shy of 2 billion plays on
It's
Spotify.
massive.
And then Any Way You Want It, Faithfully, Stone in Love. They're just...
What's the way? Is it Different Ways or what's?
Yeah,
Separate Ways.
Separate Ways.
That's my favorite.
And then I actually remember one song that my dad was a fan of, because if you look back at Journey, they go all the way back to 75.
Yep.
I was 8 years old in 75.
Yep.
I was not even a tickle in my daddy's sash in 75.
That's what I mean. And so I know Steve. I know not Stephen. Joe Perry. Or Stephen Perry. Stephen Perry. Joe Perry's Aerosmith.
Joe Perry is Aerosmith.
Yeah. Stephen Perry is not with them, or sometime may tour with them, whatever. But 75 to 24, I mean, they're approaching 50 years as a band.
Yep.
And
Are they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
They are. And Steve Perry is still to this day, for the music that I listen to, he's my Mount Rushmore #1, because the dude he put out a solo album maybe 5 years ago, and that motherfucker still sings like it's the 70s. I couldn't fucking believe it. It's like, holy shit, man.
He's definitely up there.
He's badass. But yeah, no, I like Open Arms, Faithfully. Send Her My Love is probably my favorite one, but
Lights.
love Journey. Oh yeah, Lights. Yep. Oh man, dude, we can go on and on. Actually, I got the greatest hits of there, man, at the house too. Yeah, Journey for sure. Not big. I get Arnell Pinade, whatever that guy. He's been in the band the longest, tenor singer, and he's damn good.
He's the Asian guy, right?
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, he's a good vocalist. He really is. But to me, it's still not Steve.
He sounds like Stephen Perry.
Yeah, he can sing for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to sing that motherfucker songs. But yeah.
But it was good. It was a nice little change of pace.
Yeah, exactly. I love Journey, man. I love Journey.
Yeah, I would love to cover one of their songs at some point.
But you got to do it. Yeah, you got to do it.
We got to do it right. I think instrumentally, I don't think it's doing it right. We would need somebody who can sing.
Yep, for sure.
I think I've been listening to the Bring Me the Horizons new album.
Yeah,
They got this new song called Limousine on it. It's got like a real Deftones vibe.
I'll check that out then.
And the whole album is really good. I wasn't really the biggest fan of theirs, but their new album has kind of got me listening to some of their older stuff now too.
I think I mentioned that a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
Because and if it just pops up on my Spotify list, I'll play it.
And then these other two bands I've been listening to a lot, they only got one album out. They're called Never Tell and Rain City Drive.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about those before we left, right?
Yeah. I don't want to say they're not reinventing the wheel or anything. They got really good singers, and they got a kind of a different vibe. And I think they're really good.
All right.
I got one more. The only reason I played it was because of this segment.
Oh.
It popped up on my suggestion. I don't know why it popped up on my Spotify suggestion list.
Certainly wasn't a Tweeks Corner song.
We're going to have to offer an apology if it was.
If it was, the album is called American Motorsports. 10 songs, 28 minutes, came out June 28th, and it's by, I pronounce it Bill Murray, Bilmuri, who is actually Johnny Franczyk, Franck, formerly of Attack, and it's a post-hardcore neon pop punk with a lo-fi indie pop.
What the fuck
Background.
is that?
Yeah, that's a lot. I have no idea, but
it actually sounded, if you listen to it, actually sounded country western with rock and roll music.
What's the name of it? I'm going to have to check this out because now I'm intrigued by everything.
I'm curious.
The group is, or the singer is
Bill Murray.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bill Murray, Bilmuri, and the album is American Motorsports.
All right, I'll have to check that out, though.
Because
Sure.
they're on notepads, I'm pulling it up on my phone right now.
Yeah.
You fucker. But yeah, it was actually interesting. And I listened to, as Ruby and I were walking, I listened to all, 10 songs, 28 minutes. And it was, I don't get the lo-fi indie pop.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
Those are a lot of words I don't even know.
When you talk to the newer generation, I was at a graduation a month back, and the kids getting into music and all this stuff. And, man, I'm sitting there, and he's talking. He's like, yeah, we like this. It's kind of a mix of water bottle meets this. And I'm like, and he's like looking at me, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. He's like, how long you been doing this? I said, over 20 years, close to 25. And he's like, and you don't know what water bottle wood rock music is? I'm like, fuck no, I don't.
Well, you remember our parents when
I know, when you're
age,
trying to explain new metal and shit.
Now
Like,
it's
huh?
come full circle now.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Especially
true.
like my kids talking in general.
that's for damn sure. So you're lucky because this new fad of slang that's going on with these kids
Gen Z slang
is fucking weird, man.
I just don't understand it.
My favorite, I don't know if this is what you guys are, but my favorite is Slept On.
Yeah, they got a bunch of.
It's something. What is it? It's something Ohio.
Yeah, there's some shit. You'll hear it when you come back to football this year.
Yeah.
You'll hear it all.
All right. What do you think? It's time to go inside the ropes?
It is time to go inside the ropes.
All right. I think we're going to spend more of our time on WWE, but we got to quickly talk on AEW. And you guys have already told me the outcome of the 1 hour match on a 2 hour program of Dynamite. And I told you I'd watch it before, because I typically watch a little bit of Dynamite before the pod. I finish it, and you wanted me to watch the match. I'm thinking, all right, they're going to tease something for All In and Wembley. And these fucking guys wrestle for an hour. Great match, although I didn't like the way it started with the
just little
choreographed
fucking around
gymnastic routine,
Yep.
which was amazing. If I wanted to, I'll watch the Summer Olympics in the gymnastics team if I want to see that.
Yep.
But the two best in AEW,
And you don't give a shit about them. That's the biggest problem with AEW.
I give a shit. I love MJF. They have to get something that works with MJF because MJF actually could easily go to WWE and not miss a beat.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
MJF and Braun Breaker. What a
Money.
fucking rivalry
Yeah.
you could have there.
Yep.
But I get the ratings of Dynamite are down.
Yep.
But if you're going to put this match on free TV, you have to hype it at least 2 or 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I mean by nobody gave a shit because nobody knew.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because they announced it last week because of the promos, because
Yep.
the promo that, in the angle they got. So there's been a couple angles that I like I'm going to switch gears here a little bit. And I think they talked to her later in this program, but I haven't seen it. But the way Mariah May turned on Tony Storm, just fucking beat her
the
with
shit
that
out of
shoe.
her. Yep.
I wasn't even expecting that.
Yeah.
And I usually can see AEW storylines from a mile away.
What storylines?
Exactly. And the one when Mariah May turned on Tony Storm, I was like, oh, fuck, they got me there.
Yeah.
So, but now, okay, so now, and for the old, most of our listeners don't watch wrestling, so the spoiler alert, go 20 seconds ahead if you don't want to know. MJF puts the ring on, knocks him out, wins.
Yep.
So now these two guys are going to they're going to fight at Wembley more than likely.
Probably.
More than likely.
You just fought an hour on free fucking TV.
Yeah.
What are they going to do in the
Right?
pay-per-view?
A 15-minute match. It's like, oh, okay. Or, yeah.
That's
No,
it's just-
no disqualification, no holds barred, whatever it is.
Well, it's like he said, you want to get into AEW. You like competition.
Yeah,
you want to.
absolutely.
But they make it to where you just don't care about
And that's
characters.
That's their biggest downfall. They have amazing talent. They have pretty good wrestlers. Will Ospreay, by far their best wrestler, probably one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen in the ring. But there's no story behind anything they do. They don't give the casual viewer like me a reason to care, a reason to watch or stick around after the fact, because they just do a bunch of flips and tricks in the ring. Like, oh, that's storytelling. Like, no.
Right, and that's what because I'm on. My brother-in-law has a No DQ website, and they do a review, and they have me on from time to time. And that's why I'll never spend the $50 on an AEW pay-per-view, because I've seen all their matches.
Yeah.
There's no storytelling. They're great matches. The guys are athletically. It's like, holy fuck, that guy jumped off a 70-story building and landed in a thimble. Holy fuck, that was impressive. I just saw it on Rampage last Friday night.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like,
Oh, speaking of Rampage, I know this was a few weeks ago, but did you see their 0% rating during Money in the Bank weekend?
no.
It was literally 0%.
That's just inexcusable. Unexcusable, whatever. Unacceptable. We'll just put it there.
Yeah, 0%. I couldn't help but laugh at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a horrible show, and
I'm
like you
surprised.
said, I think the competition would be better. But like I said, I would have paid money because I actually wanted Cody's story not to be finished in WrestleMania 40. But I would have paid money to say, hey, you know what? I got to fucking find out if the story's going to be finished.
No, exactly. I agree. Because WWE, right now, they're writing, and they got people behind them writing backup shit for them. Did you watch the WrestleMania XL documentary on YouTube? Yeah. Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah.
That whole quick last minute when Triple H said that the card was written in October. Shit like that wouldn't work at AEW. Right. They would be fucked.
It was written in October, but then if you watch the documentary, it changed.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. They're able to change on the drop of a dime. Quick. AEW, they'd be like, what are we doing? Oh, fuck, we're fucked.
But they don't have scripted promos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Talk all you want, but because the best example is every time Punk got hurt. They had to vacate the belt and hold a fucking. I'm like, you ain't got shit. Punk got hurt, and they just rewrote the whole fucking WrestleMania because he was supposed to take on Rollins.
Right.
And it's like, holy shit, man, that wouldn't.
Right.
Doesn't work.
Because there's enough stars.
Well, that too. Exactly.
I mean, if you think about it, and we're about ready to switch over to WWE, if you think about it, Sheamus may be the number one at AEW. I mean, Sheamus can fucking work.
I wouldn't argue that.
His promos.
I don't like him, but I'm
not a fan either. But he's big, strong. He can do physical shit. He can move.
Yeah. He would dominate somebody like Darby Allin. Oh my God.
That's what I mean.
That's true.
And in WWE, Sheamus is mid-card.
Yeah.
Lower mid-card maybe, depending on what's going on.
He's mid-card on a good day.
But I think people, you look at like when Edge went over there, it's like
it was cool for 30 seconds.
Basically. And they talk, Daniel Bryan likes it because he's at the age where he just wants to do what he can, and AEW gives him that freedom, I get that, but we have a talk all the time. When you had Rhodes, you had Punk, you had Moxley, you had Bryan Danielson.
Jericho.
Yeah. When Punk shows up after being out of wrestling for 10, 15 years, you slap that world title on his ass quick to take your company. Or Bryan Danielson.
Or you at least involve him.
Yeah.
in that
And instead he wrestled for 3 months with no-namers. Then he got a feud with MJF, and then he gets the belt, and then he gets fucking hurt.
Those no-namers I still can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it did nothing.
All right, let's go to WWE. If you guys have any others, throw them in there. I got 2 quick talking points before we get to our Mount Rushmore that we talked about. Because my SummerSlam picks will be next week, because I don't think all the matches.
They've only announced 4.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's only a handful.
Did they make it?
so I'm not going to give any picks tonight because I don't know all the matches.
Did they officially announce LA Knight and Logan Paul for US, or are they just hinting at it right
hinting
now?
at that, and
Hinting at it.
I don't even know if Liv Rhea is official. I think Rhea kind of threw it out.
I think it's all but official.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so I'm surprised we didn't talk about this with Nate last week. Thoughts on John Cena, his retirement, and how do you think they should handle his retirement?
My personal opinion is he's retiring. I ain't seen the motherfucker
I think
5-6 months ago. He could
Solo
yeah,
spiked him.
he could have retired fucking I thought he's been retired. That's my opinion.
yeah, me and Eric were talking about this earlier, where there was a huge gap in when we stopped watching wrestling and picked it up. And
Right.
It was essentially the whole John Cena era.
Yeah, I don't know how or why he's as big as what he
Yeah.
was. I just didn't
No
watch
idea.
during that time.
Well, the only thing, because I was kind of like, I was getting out of it as he was getting into it,
Mm-hmm.
and now, and he's almost like the New York Yankees or the Dallas Cowboys. You're either 100%
A fan.
on
Or
Team Cena, or it's like, I'm 100%, I fucking hate this guy. That's just like the Cowboys, Notre Dame, the Yankees.
Yep.
You may not like them, but you're going to watch in hopes they lose.
yeah.
And I think that's the mystique Cena had.
Man.
Now, I see why they're doing it. I mean, because there's enough fans that'll just continue to push the WWE juggernaut up
Yeah.
and above, but there's no way you put a belt on.
Oh,
him.
I want it.
I disagree. I absolutely want him to break Flair's record.
So that would be
Oh,
17, right? So
yeah,
and that's
I
the
hate
time-
Ric
see,
Flair.
I hate
would
Ric Flair too, but
absolutely love it.
I don't want, why put a. That's why I think fucking AEW butchered Sting's retirement. I thought they put a belt, that stupid tag team, knowing he was going to retire, and then they had to do the stupid tournament. I think Cena at right now, and I don't know what happened after he put him over, but he put fucking Austin Theory over
Yeah.
at whether it was SummerSlam or WrestleMania 39 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what Cena should be doing. You can work him in a storyline with somebody, have him.
But
put
now
him
you look
over.
at Bryan Danielson. That's all he does is fucking put people over. But
Yeah.
nobody benefits
Nobody
from
can
it.
take advantage of it.
Yeah.
I say go Superman Cena, his final run. Just let Cena bulldoze everybody, bury everybody.
Even beat Cody, win the belt one last time.
Maybe that'll be the Cody heel turn at that point,
Yeah.
and go Homelander.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm up in the air just because, like I said, I never really followed Cena.
I didn't really either.
When he announced his retirement, I'm like, from what? He ain't fucking wrestled in fucking
2
Well,
years.
that was just to drum up the
yeah,
business.
but yeah, exactly.
It was to hype up
Yeah.
January 1.
Right, because
on Netflix.
you know what it is? It's because the Fast and Furious movies are ending, so he needs a job.
Oh yeah,
I didn't think about that. He's been in the last 2 Fast and Furious
Cena
movies.
has been?
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't
he's
know
been Vin Diesel's brother. So now that
I think I haven't seen the Fast and the Furious since the one guy died.
yeah, well, you ain't missing nothing. But what it's getting at,
Probably back anyway.
yeah, exactly. And he's dead in real life, but CGI. So those movies, Vin Diesel announced is coming to an end, so he probably needs some fucking work. So that's probably why.
All right, and lastly, unless you guys have anything before the Mount Rushmore, if they put Rio with Jey Uso, I'm gonna fucking vomit in my mouth.
I fucking love it.
I
Do
fucking
you
hate
really?
it.
I
I'm not.
think
I
it's
do
hilarious.
not. I don't like. I fucking don't like Jey Uso.
I don't either.
I-
And
no,
when he
I
came
don't-
out, he's
okay,
like, "Yo, he
Let me be clear. I don't like Jey Uso either, but he is fucking hilarious, especially when he's like, he was asking about Rhea being single on this last.
That
That's
part was
not-
kind of funny, and that's what I don't like. And I don't like his promos because he says something and expects the crowd to yeet,
Yeah, oh yeah.
yeet, and it's like, Rhea's the ultimate villain. And I don't mind breaking up Judgment Day
Yeah.
because that's
I think
getting a little
that's
kooky.
it's
That's getting
inevitable.
a little kooky anyway, but I mean. Rhea and Priest, Rhea and Roman, Rhea and anybody, but not Rhea and Jey Uso.
I think to kind of switch, because I won't be on when you make your picks. I won't be back until you have me after football season, so October, November, and
Who knows
he
when
won't
I'll
be
be back.
Yeah, but I think Dom does turn on Rhea because he's going to turn on Rhea
Ooh.
and do the whole, she was there for me when you weren't, yada, yada type story. So I think
And when we
and
get to
this-
Netflix, we'll be able to see
exactly.
Dom and
So
Liv.
I think Liv beats Rhea only because of Dom's interference. It costs Rhea the chance at winning it. That's my prediction. I'm just saying. And it's going to be because he's going to be like, oh, she was there for me when you weren't, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be the turn.
I think this angle has been. I think Liv Morgan. If you listen to episode 215, whenever it was when Rhea got hurt versus Liv Morgan, I was really fucking pissed. Liv Morgan has done fantastic in this storyline.
Oh, I agree.
Oh, she has.
I like it.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like, and then 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago, whatever, when Raw was, she's on top of Dom again in the Royal.
Yep.
And here comes Mommy, and you can read her lips. She goes, "Oh shit!" and she gets up and runs out.
They just need to leave and just start an OnlyFans. I'll pay. I'll pay.
if WWE permits it.
Yeah, I would pay.
I mean, they probably wouldn't even need to wrestle. Can you imagine the money they would make? Off
I know, exactly.
See,
So-
Ruby's up there barking because she's a big Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, there you go. She got
So to touch on what Eric was saying, he was talking about Dom interfering in SummerSlam, and that's why Liv retains. I think Liv retains because she's in cahoots with what's his name, Finn Balor.
Oh, Balor. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was the one who took her hotel key.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the one laying the pipe
And
to her.
you've been seeing little hints about it, like she was getting out of his car.
Yep.
The one episode, the hotel key. So I think she's the whole thing to get back at Rhea has been manipulating with Finn Balor.
All right, Balor.
Baylor.
All right, well, like I said, we can't do our SummerSlam picks
Yep.
because the matches aren't official probably until
At least next week.
next week's Raw, maybe even the SmackDown. Yeah, of course that'll be the night before. But anyway, one of the two, Eric, said, "How about a Mount Rushmore of SummerSlam matches?" Yep. All right, and I want to talk about this one at the end because I've got a weird, unplanned trend of my Mount Rushmore. My number 4. You got some?
I was going to say, do you want to go 4 through 1? Are yours numbered? Or do you want to go 1 through 4?
I have them numbered.
I have mine numbered.
I always like, even though Mount Rushmore is supposed to be 4 equals,
Yeah, yeah,
I
exactly.
always like to go 4,
Yeah,
3,
yeah,
2,
yeah.
1,
Okay.
meaning the goat of the goat, the head of the Mount Rushmore table.
Exactly.
Head of the table.
All right, my number 4. It's kind of a little sentimental bias. 2021 Edge versus Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Oh wow.
May not be the greatest SummerSlam match of all time, but SummerSlam 2021 is kind of when I was getting back into wrestling.
Okay, so there is
And it
some
was a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Crowds were coming back too at that time.
So you got a sentimental then.
Yeah.
Getting back into it.
You know, and then you'll see by the rest of my dates, I'm pre-leaving
Yeah.
being a wrestling fan.
Gotcha.
But the Edge Seth Rollins one in 2021, I'm like, all right, I'm going to give wrestling a chance. It's probably when we first had Peacock. I'm like, all right, for
Yeah.
free, fuck, I'll watch SummerSlam for
Yep.
free. It's like, all right, these fucking two guys went, and it was a great match.
My number 4 is the Shawn Michaels versus Triple H street fight from 2002, because I believe that was Shawn Michaels' return from his hiatus of being injured, and it was a bloody mess, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that match. That was good.
That would, if we did an honorable mention, that and Cena, Austin, like 2099, 2001, whatever it was.
Yeah.
That match would be my honorable mention, but excellent choice.
My number 4, I'm taking it back to 1992. Now, I remember this because of the family dynamic that they introduced.
92, wow.
Bret Hart versus the Bulldog, British Bulldog, for the Intercontinental Championship, because Bulldog's wife is Bret Hart's sister.
Oh,
And
I remember
the
that
whole
now, yeah.
dynamic, the camera showing her crying, didn't know who to cheer for because it's all that, and the Bulldog won that one. So that's my number 4.
And I'm not going to argue or shit on your pick.
You can't go for
It
it.
proceeds to shit on the pick. Let's do it.
No, I just
Bret Hart's the best wrestler of all time.
he may be the best wrestler
best
of all
there was,
time,
the best there
but
is, the best
I
ever will
view
be.
Bret Hart as Bryan Danielson / Daniel Bryan. I don't know. I don't see the thrill in him. Yeah, he's a great wrestler.
Greatest.
Okay, he's a great.
Yeah.
GOAT.
Okay, greatest. His mic
get it.
skills, blue pig.
I agree.
I understand
and
that.
honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. It's like loved favorite wrestler growing up, but all this adult shit, we're in 2024. Dude, get off the Goldberg shit. We all know the fucking story.
Yeah,
of why your
Yeah,
career
when
ended.
I say Bret Hart's the best wrestler, it's pre-Goldberg.
Yeah, because that's
Like,
all he fucking talks about is how Goldberg kicked
Yeah.
him in the head now.
I think
But
even
and then the other thing, I'm on Team Michaels and McMahon on the screw job in Montreal because
So-
it's like, fucking do the job. You're leaving the company.
I never used to be, and up until a few years ago, I'm with you on it.
I'm
with
actually Team
Michaels.
Undertaker because he said that he recommended it once Brett announced that he wasn't dropping the belt because he
yeah.
had creative control. Taker said, put me in the match because Brett will have no problem dropping the belt to me, and then I'll drop it to Shawn Monday night or the next pay-per-view. That should have been the way to go. But on the side note, I am with you guys. You got to do what's best for business because back then you had that girl show up with the WWF belt on WCW.
Alundra Blaze.
Yeah, nowadays nobody's going to do that out of respect
Right.
because lawsuits and shit like that. But back then, I agree. I think the whole thing just went too far in general. But
Right.
yeah. Anyways,
All right, my number 3. Taker versus Edge, 2008 Hell in a Cell.
Ooh,
I
I
almost
vaguely remember that. My number 3 might surprise. This is probably the newest one, I would say, in my list. Is John Cena versus Daniel Bryan from 2013.
Oh.
It's when after the match, Triple H pedigreed Daniel Bryan and pretty much formed the Authority.
Oh, shit. That's a good one right there. All right. So my number 3 right here, and I'm going to go on a limb. You guys feel free to chime in if you want with this one because I just got a hunch. My number 3, all-time favorite, is the first ever tables, ladders, and chairs match
Ooh.
between the Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. First ever. SummerSlam 2000.
I don't know.
Great match, which obviously led into the WrestleMania tables, ladders, and chairs, but the OG match of SummerSlam, the first ever.
I still can't watch Jeff Hardy fall that far and take that bump.
And I will play off your number 3 and give you my number 2, the 2000 TLC 1 between Edge and Christian.
There it is.
The Hardys
yeah.
and the Dudleys. And that's kind of a catch-22. Great match, but now it set the bar, and that's now why there's ladders and chairs and tables in every match because everybody's got to try to beat the original.
Outdo
Why
it.
it's its own pay-per-view now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was, but yeah, that was, and I never was a Dudley Boys fan,
Yeah.
but those guys were so different than the Hardys and Edge and Christian.
I loved the Dudley
And
Boys.
for them to do what they did, it was like, I mean, this is
It was a
because
good
nobody'd ever seen it.
Now-
Now you see it every week on, every
you're
Wednesday.
exactly.
On
So
Dynamite.
desensitized.
Yeah.
If you watch the AEW or A&E documentary, they did a special on their rivalries of the three of them, and they cover that, and they show them backstage planning the match, how to do it, take the bumps and stuff. It was good.
So I guess spoiler on my number 1 is.
Well, but you got to go to number 2 first.
Yeah, I'll tell you my number 2. Don't tell me what to do. So my number 2 is Undertaker versus Mankind 96 Boiler Room Brawl.
Fuck out of here, man.
Because I remember him coming out that debut with Mankind and that squeal he did. It was so
When he would
freaky.
do the mandible claw and shit, that was good.
I was like the first time I ever thought the Undertaker was like in trouble, gonna lose a match. You know, I was 10 or whatever.
Yep.
The first time I thought, oh, the Undertaker probably doesn't have this one.
Yeah. That was a damn good match. My number 2, the second ladder match between Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship.
You know, it was gonna go on my honorable mentions.
Yeah, dude. It wasn't as good as the first, but
Yeah.
it was still pretty damn good. The two of them and being best friends and putting on the work.
yeah.
So number 2, Razor Ramon, HBK. Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam 95.
And that's why Original Eric is always on the pod, because my number 1 is Shawn Michaels.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Razor Ramon. I was a fucking Razor Ramon Scott Hall mark. I fucking
Dude.
hey Chico.
He would always
Hey,
talk
Chico.
about you throw the fucking toothpick and the dude acted like he got punched in the jaw. He'd be like, oh, the guy fucking stumbled back from a fucking toothpick.
He was the fucking best.
I agree.
Scott
I
Hall
agree.
is the
I
best.
loved Razor Ramon too.
I did too. I actually got his autograph when Best Buy opened out Bay Road. Razor
Okay.
Ramon came there for autographs. My mom surprised me after school. She took me and my cousin, and he was there, and I got his autograph somewhere. I don't know where. She probably has it, but yeah.
It could be worth something now because he ain't giving any more.
I mean, that's true. No corrections corner there.
Definitely not. So my number 1 is the Hardys, Dudley's, Edge
All right.
and Christian, TLC,
And
2000.
Eric and I talked. I text him, and actually we texted at the same time. It was like, there's one match
Yeah.
that's going to be on all 3 of ours, and that was it. It was just because that was the first. You didn't see shit like that, and which makes me want before we rate Love Letters from Hell. Where do you guys put Edge? Because as you see, I've got Edge on 3 of my.
You seem like a big Edge fan.
And it pains me to see him end at AEW the way he did. It was just like he was just working and shit. But the guy could always work.
Yeah.
What was his? It wasn't the Judgment Day. What was it? The Brood.
The Brood.
Dude, yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, it was like I always liked Edge better than Christian.
I like Christian now.
I like-
AEW.
Or Christian and AEW is probably better than Christian.
Which I'm surprised-
WWE.
Well, I will say Christian on the mic has always been
Yes.
better than Edge.
I'm surprised they didn't try bringing the Brood back with Gangrel, who showed up in the House of
He
Black,
did
Edge,
try.
and then Christian's all in AEW, but whatever.
So
Well, to answer your question,
Yep.
I've always liked Edge, and I particularly love the Edge and Lita storyline with the
when the
realism
rated
with
R.
Hardy. Yeah, the rated R.
I actually had a rated R superstar and watched the WrestleMania at Buffalo Wild Wings in Bay City when he won the fucking belt.
Oh, no shit.
Nate had the championship belt, and I stood up with my rated. I got yelled at to get off the table, but you know I got my rated R superstar T-shirt and the fucking championship belt held in the air. Get off the table.
That's fucking funny. No.
Who's this fucking guy with the belt?
Yeah. All right, somebody cut him off. So my number 1 match, which I didn't think anybody would get, is Mankind versus Undertaker Boiler Room Brawl. SummerSlam 96, you motherfucker.
So we had our 1 and 2 mixed up.
Yeah, we had the ladder match, we had the tables ladders match,
The TLC.
and then we had
Boiler
that
Room
and the
Brawl.
Boiler Room Brawl. Yeah, that Boiler Room Brawl. I don't know if you watched. I think they did it on A&E documentaries again. They actually shot the boiler room scene the night before, and Taker fucked up his arm, and they wanted to stitch him, and he said, you can't because we're continuing the in-ring stuff the next day at the event. So when all the stuff was happening backstage, he was bleeding out for like 12 hours, he said, because he cut his arm, and he couldn't get it stitched up. So they're playing the stuff behind on the camera, and they're waiting for their cue to when they come out, and then they start wrestling the next day out in the ring, and he had to keep the whole wound busted open for the whole day and stuff. So I liked it, and I thought Mankind, when he first came in and picked the fight with Undertaker, buried alive matches, I think that's personally better than the Kane and Undertaker. I know.
They're like
I know.
they're like 1A, 1B. I would say.
See, now
the whole Kane as his brother story.
I know-
That was good.
The greatest storyline in WWE.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't SummerSlam, but I couldn't put the Boiler Room on there because Foley, Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. There's no fucking
That's true.
better match.
That's-
yeah.
I can't, even though I know that
Between those
wasn't
two, that was
SummerSlam.
the greatest match.
And it was, I mean, and to listen to the documentary where like he wasn't supposed to go through the
this,
fence,
yeah.
and like he's over top of him, and he said it may have looked menacing, but I was scared shitless because I thought I killed him.
Yeah, and it's like they started lifting the cage, and I'm stuck on top. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
No, that was crazy. That was good. All right,
You guys ready to rate this?
absolutely.
Let's go.
I actually surprised that it was a milkshake double,
It didn't really.
but pleasantly surprised. I'm giving it a straight up 4. I think it hit all the buckets.
I think I'll do a 4.1
All right.
because I think the milkshake, it didn't really have like a milkshake taste, but I tasted all the different elements in it
Yes.
separately, but it wasn't thick.
And that's a hell of a rating from somebody who's a blonde beer drinker. And that's not
Likes his
Absolutely.
women.
Opposite of how.
I'm going with the solid 4.0. That was really good. That I think given more time could.
It's a
I
dangerous
think
one.
I think I'd be writing some love letters to hell.
All right, well, on tap, 3,000 people checked in, and they're right on base with us. We have a 4, and a 4.10, and 3,000
shit.
other folks have it at 4.03.
Oh yeah.
All right, boys and girls. Second tasting. We have Sunrise from Esker Hart Artisan Ales, which is a nano brewery in High Ridge, New Jersey. It's a... Read that for me better, Eric, because my eyes are bad. What does it say? It's a session...
It's a session stout
Oh.
brewed with coffee.
Session stout brewed with coffee
4.5% alcohol.
and 0 IBUs. So, now the story behind this is
I'm scared.
Through this can, we would like you to explore our New Jersey roots and the pathway that leads to our beginning on Hart Drive. Please enjoy this can with friends and experience the connection of nature and man through our lenses to your glass.
all right.
Sorry,
now-
I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're good. The funny thing is, I chose this one because prior to tonight, you and I have only met one other time, and that
Yep.
was at Eric and Erica's.
Their wedding anniversary party.
Yes, their 10-year. And the TweeKs Corner video of the guy drinking coffee on the porch, I thought was you.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not me.
But yeah, so that's why you got a coffee instead of a sour. I don't know if you would like a sour better, but
Probably not.
so I thought,
Fun fact: I don't drink coffee, so this with coffee has me a little concerned. But I'm not gonna be a bitch about it. I'm gonna man up and
We going through you in the deep end today.
Oh, and it's I can see the darkness in this.
It's just like you, man. Well, actually, it's darker.
It's darker than me, man. Let's be real. It almost looks like a cola. So
almost. Oh man.
oh, the coffee all over
oh,
the nose.
I can smell the coffee. Oh my god!
Well, Mike, looks like we carrying out the rest of this segment. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Oh, sorry.
There
Got
we
it.
go.
Got it.
All right.
Dave would have a stroke cheersing over the music board. Oh, hopefully it tastes half as good as it smells, because this is,
It tastes
Coffee,
better
yeah,
than it
but-
smells.
oh, really? So
Oh wait,
I'm
never,
gonna be in
well,
for
never mind.
he's gonna be torn on this one.
that's the stout dankness coming through. 'Cause
Yeah, at the
stouts-
end,
Stouts
yeah.
that are a little bit like of a dirty dish rag in your mouth.
You know, I didn't have words, and you just perfectly described it. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna be a bitch about it. I'm gonna drink it.
See, now, I think we're going to be all right with this at the 4.5%.
Yeah.
If they would have manned up a little bit and threw a little alcohol in there.
Yeah.
Because this is actually a lower ABV than a Budweiser.
This tastes watered down compared to the last beer.
Oh, absolutely. But like I say, 4.5. Bud, I think, is
4.7.
4.7 to 4.9
Yeah.
or whatever. So, yeah, they could have been way more aggressive
Yeah.
I mean,
in this.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's caffeine in this. I mean, the can even looks more like an energy drink than a beer.
All right, sports. Not a whole lot. Again, tis the season where sports are. Olympics haven't started yet. Which, by the way, I was going to put it in Corrections Corner, but I actually even said I didn't know. Loyal listener Grant Davis, who said last week's pod was pretty good, even though the wrestling was long and he's not a wrestling fan. He manned up and powered through it.
Good for you.
Simone Biles' husband is Jonathan.
Oh, I was screaming
Onitz,
that last week when I was listening to it.
who is now a Chicago Bear.
Oh, all
He
right.
went from Green Bay to Chicago. So
Who probably won't last a year and be cut midseason anyways.
fair enough. But anyway, because I was saying, isn't there a gymnast
Yeah.
that's with
Yeah, it's
an
Simone
NFL?
Biles.
Yeah, so Simone Biles is with an NFL player who is actually a Chicago Bear. So thanks, Grant, for that. And I'm going to put Grant on the spot here when he listens to this. I think my son and I are trying to go on to a Cup game before the end of the year, and we're going to do an Amtrak, and I'm going to need Grant to kind of pick us up and take us to where we need to go. So if you're in Chicago when we go to the Cup game, I'm going to and I'll buy beer at the bar that night if you come get us from the Amtrak station. So just a little shout out to you, Grant.
There we go.
Baseball, though, all-star game. Teoscar Hernandez won the home run derby.
I didn't keep up on the All-Star game, but the
Neither did I.
The only thing from the All-Star game that I heard of was the
Gorgeous.
abominable
National.
national anthem.
Now, was it? I actually heard the rendition.
Did you listen to it?
I listened to it, and then I listened to some of the episodes of me singing my rock songs. I'm thinking, wait a second.
But you're not a paid professional.
But I've been drunk before. I've tried to sing drunk.
I call
before.
bullshit on that. I think she saw
Yeah.
the backlash on it.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
she tried playing it cool by saying she was
I know,
drunk.
she-
I'm going,
Allegedly, she's checking
well,
into rehab.
once that
Making an
happens,
excuse,
let
yeah.
me the fuck know because
But-
I think I call bullshit.
Oh, I 100% agree. And
Now,
she's-
not to interrupt, but I will. Her rendition's better than Roseanne Barr's.
That's what I was just
He was
literally about to
fucking
say.
bring that up.
Yeah, she's not the worst. Roseanne still holds that
Oh,
bar.
yeah. Oh,
Easily.
absolutely.
Easily.
All I'm saying, though, is every man in this room, out of the three of us, there's been a time where you've been with somebody and you say, oh, I was drunk. I never would have did that sober. And you could have been sober as fuck. You were just desperate and you wanted some.
I think desperation is.
Yeah,
more than the
exactly.
drunkenness.
She's full of shit. She wasn't drunk. She just sucks.
100% agree. She had no business being there, and made an excuse. And supposedly she was nominated for 4 Grammys.
Yeah.
And notice how I said nominated, not won.
Yeah.
4 Grammys.
Yeah, we'll see about the rehab. I want to know.
Maybe we should put that on our tagline. We've been nominated for 2.
Been not, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been mentioned in the same sentence as Grammys.
Yeah. Just now.
There you go.
Flights, football, and anything else. Emmy for podcast.
There it is.
There it is. We got it.
We're going to speak that right into existence.
We got it.
But
Anyways.
from one drunk singer to another, I thought she kind of battled through it.
Hey,
It's like-
I've heard your singing, though. I'd take you doing the national anthem any day. I will.
But I think her first mistake, if you're going to have a couple drinks, allegedly, you can't go a cappella. You got to
Yeah.
have somebody kind of like.
backing you up to
Yeah.
help you.
Or at least have her mic off.
And it'd be,
And
well,
lip sync
that's
it.
true. Throw in the fucking a pre-recording, but also on the same time, if you're a professional, I mean, you're about to go into
know
the national anthem.
Listeners can't see
Yeah.
this, but I'm throwing professional in
Yeah.
quotation marks right now.
Who the fuck? I would be so I wouldn't do it. I would have to be sober. I mean, as much as you would want. It's like because you got to.
Well, even if I did drink, I'd probably be so nervous and sweating so much
Right.
Yeah.
before performing that it
true,
wouldn't
too.
even matter.
Yep.
But to still put on that performance,
Bad.
unacceptable.
Yep.
Tennis, the aforementioned Wimbledon, which is actually a town in southeast or West London. Carlos Alcaraz beat Novak Djokovic for the second straight year. Yet Djokovic is still rated higher in the men's tennis ratings. So
Wait, he won?
yeah, he beat him for the second straight year, and Djokovic is still
Rated higher?
Djokovic is 2, Alcaraz is 3.
Well-
and some Skinner guy who fucking was eliminated way earlier.
I mean, I guess because when you look at like Super Bowls, the best team doesn't always win, anyways. I mean,
Yeah, but
you got the undefeated Pats who lost to a 10-6 team.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had
But
to
the
throw
Giants were still number 1 that year. They didn't say, well, the Pats
that.
are
No,
a better team.
they came in at a wild card spot.
No, but tennis rankings work differently. That's what these whole tournaments.
Oh,
are, right?
okay,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know much about tennis.
I don't know
but
either.
I do know that
Okay.
these tournaments affect those rankings.
Gotcha.
And the only reason
winner
I
to
watched
not be
the only
ranked
reason I
higher.
watched any tennis at all is because I was stunned that Wimbledon was more than just the tennis club.
I think that's the most interesting thing about Wimbledon.
Exactly.
I think they made a movie called Wimbledon, didn't they?
I think you're right.
They might have. Probably a tennis movie.
And the fun,
Or a movie about them going to
the
the town.
funniest thing is the fucking. She's not the queen. What's not the queen? But what's that fucking bitch name that was? They thought they had cancer, but then Liz and I went to London and fucking weeded her out. Got her into the Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's not the queen. What is her title?
princess.
Princess, or whatever.
Yeah, we fucking smoked her out. We were at the thing, and
Were
because she
you-
was
were
kind of
you-
missing. Everybody thought
Were you there when she showed up?
Not when she showed up. When she was
Oh.
missing, and
Oh,
we
okay.
smoked her out. It's like, wait a second, she ain't dead.
You got it. Flights, football, and anything else, baby.
Yep.
Detectives.
Detective Mike is on the job.
So, I gotta represent my 200 and he's been gone 4 episodes. I was gone 1. My 235 episode partner, I gotta represent him, and we have to go golf, of course. The Open, which is in. Well, it's in Scotland. I don't know which of the courses they're at right now, but D. Brown leads at -6, followed by S. Lowry -5, J. Thomas -3. And what is ESPN's headline?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods interview. I didn't do a lot right in the first round of the Open. All right. So, hey, D. Brown from what country is the Red Cross flag?
I think
Look like?
that's Sweden.
All right, let's say
Fucking
Or Norway.
yeah.
Red Cross flag.
It might even be Switzerland.
The Red Cross flag, D. Brown at -6. You go fuck yourself. We want to know what Tiger Woods didn't do right at the fucking Open. It's like, I am so sick and tired of, and it's a broken record. This is the 57th time in 240 episodes that I've went off the rails on this. It's like, we get it. Arguably the greatest golfer of all time. We get it.
I don't think there's
He's
an
not-
arguably.
Yeah. The greatest. Some would say Arnold Palmer still.
I mean, I'm not a big golf fan.
I'm not either, but
But I
that's
would-
why I say
but I
it's
would-
arguably.
But I would say Tiger Woods is probably comfortably in the lead.
Arnold's won more majors.
Oh, that's true. That's
Tiger
true,
Woods
too.
is way more popular.
I mean, I guess it goes off of.
But that's why I say arguably. Okay,
That's,
Okay.
that's the MJ
You-
LeBron
you-
thing.
you-
LeBron's more
There's-
popular.
There's no argument.
Yeah,
There's no argument.
Yeah,
there.
there's
That's
literally
it.
no argument.
That's MJ.
Jay's still not.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
All I was gonna. I didn't want to cut you off. All I was saying is golf with the Tiger Woods. Every sport has an identity.
He's like the Wayne Gretzky of golf.
That's it.
He
But
put
here's
golf on the
here's
map.
the problem. That's also putting golf in a, because I don't follow golf at all. But all I hear about is Tiger Woods.
I just recently started playing, so I'm still
Yeah.
learning.
So every sport, basketball, right now, you can LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, you can name off 20 players right now. NFL, Joe Montana, Brady, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Hockey, Gretzky, Gordie Howe, whatever. Golf has no.
Hold that thought right there. Personally, there's only one sport that has an argument. Football, it's Tom Brady. Basketball, it's Michael Jordan. I'll sort of listen to the LeBron guys. Not going to agree, but I'll sort of listen to it. And hockey is Wayne Gretzky.
Yep.
Baseball, I think there's like 4 to 6 guys that have.
There's a whole group of
Yeah,
them. in
But
there.
but what I'm saying is there's identity, because even if you take away Brady, you can still name Peyton Manning. You can go Drew Brees. You could Brett
Joe-
Favre,
Joe
John
Montana.
Elway, Joe Montana. Golf, their whole identity is literally Tiger Woods, and they're dying because without him, they don't have anybody else.
Okay, my argument to that is, number one, he stinks now.
I agree.
You have to
I
give
100%
agree.
Tiger Woods hasn't been good in a long time.
Exactly.
Let's be
That's
real.
my point.
That's
yeah.
the proof of golf. They
But
don't
he's-
have anybody.
But he's still that popular, even
I get
through
the
all
popularity.
of his
Yo,
car crash stuff and divorce
Like
and all that.
if I would have to continue to drink beer, get drunk, and make a fool of myself if I was getting 77 million listens and beating Joe Rogan and having Joe Rogan offer me money to be on his podcast. I would have to do. I get it. I'm not saying I'm against ESPN because you have to, but I don't know why people are so infatuated with the Tiger Woods. The guy stinks.
They're not it's the only thing you're being shoved down your throat. So on ESPN, if we're golfing right now, are they going to say Mike Peters wins this or Tiger Woods bought shoes? What's going to sell in the sport of golf? Tiger Woods. And he sucks.
That's what
I
I'm
agree.
saying. So now we have to find some. So let's.
They need a new identity, 100%.
They need somebody. They need a new
What
popular
did I say this cat's name was?
ambassador.
Because after Jordan, you had Kobe.
So Tiger. Whoops, sorry, hitting my mic, folks. Tiger Woods stinks. Yep. So let's go. Hey, D. Brown has an 11-inch wrench and once did 3 porns in one day and banged the 3 top porn stars of all time. Let's go with that angle and see if we can generate interest.
No,
Tiger
that
Woods is 100 over par.
That man would be a legend.
Yeah, okay.
So
but in the
reality is that
golfing world,
But the reality is that didn't happen.
We don't know that. We don't know that because all
they're
we know is
focusing
Tiger.
on
Yeah,
Tiger
because all
Woods.
we know is Tiger Woods didn't have a good day in the first round.
D. Brown is just private. He just goes about his business differently.
All I'm saying is I agree. Tiger Woods hasn't been relevant, but golf, like I said, Jordan retired. You had Kobe. I'm not saying who's better. You had Kobe. You had Shaq. You had the Lakers. Now you have LeBron to carry. If
taking up
LeBron
that
stops,
mantle in golf.
nobody in golf is there to take up anything. We have Mahomes now that Brady's done in football. There's nobody in golf.
Okay, that's my point. So now you got to push Koepka, DeChambeau,
Give it
McIlroy. You got to push those guys because the guy that you're pushing is like.
Well, aren't a lot of guys? I don't know much about golf, but there's another league besides the PGA, and a lot of guys are going over to it. Is that right?
But I think they can play in the majors.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So basically, you're saying what
Come
you're
on,
saying
Dave,
is
where are you? We need you here, buddy.
give the little man a shot and see what happens. But you got the old news generation there of ESPN wanting to stay
in the one tournament. Tiger's 15 under. Then jerk his dick.
Yeah,
I'm with you. It's like, oh, what a blast from the past. This is Tiger Woods 15 under, and he's wearing his red
Give
shirt
him a
on
reach
Sunday.
around.
Everybody's jacking off in
No
the
lube.
stands. So, but it's just funny. It's like, this Jay Brown guy, he's calling his mom right now. No, Mom, really? I'm winning the Open after one round. It's like, well, who's this Eldrick guy? Anyway.
I'm with you.
So
Maybe that's ESPN's plan all along. They mentioned Tiger Woods to hopefully bring in people and mention it like you're doing right now. Like, hey, D. Brown's leading, but we're still talking about fucking Tiger Woods.
When we grew up, when you go to music stores and you're putting together a band, they would always have flyers: band in search of bass player, band in search of guitar. So now you would go into the music store and there would be a thing: amazing sex. Now that I have your attention, we're looking for a guitar player. It's like, you motherfucker, because of course everybody stops.
Because of
like,
course you got my
amazing
attention.
sex. Yeah. Now, oh fuck no. There it is.
all right, and what a perfect segue that is, as if this was rehearsed.
Yeah, as if it was. Yeah.
As if this was rehearsed. All right, gentlemen, what would it take? And I'm not making an offer. I'm asking a question.
Well, now I'm disappointed.
What would it?
You
take?
have to say this is
Like-
a lovely tea party.
So, like,
This is a lovely
White's
tea party.
Bar. Hey, we need TweeKs Corner at White's Bar Friday, Saturday night. Give you $300.
And you have a lot more than that.
Are you guys going to play?
Well, we need another guitar player. We need a drummer. We need what? Keyboardist.
How many? What do you?
What we do, we make all the instruments that we make everything,
Yeah,
and we play.
We
what
write
you
all
hear.
the instruments and record
But
all
with
of them.
recording, we can do it. So once we record one, we can play it back, and then we can pick up our next
Playing
instrument.
live is a different
But playing
story.
live, I can't sit there with a guitar, a bass, and a drum set in front of me and do it.
And I can't
he
do
can't.
it.
Yeah, he
All
can't.
right.
Do
I
it
can't
either.
do a guitar.
So we need
keyboard,
at
or
least a
drums
couple other
at the same
people to
time.
help.
yes.
Okay, so that, and again, I'm not even like. Is it strictly, hey, you've got a 15 and a 13-year-old daughter, you've got a 12-year-old son?
We used to play out a lot when we were younger.
Yeah, every weekend.
Yeah, every weekend. We played out a lot. I don't want to say we paid our dues because there's still some bands, but we did. We're not just sitting back and just doing the internet thing where some people are like, oh, you got to play this shit. We've played every bar
This is a
around here.
strategic effort.
Yeah, we've played all around Michigan. We played in Detroit. We have stories that would drag this podcast out from us
Another
hitching
4
rides
hours.
home
Yeah.
with drunk strangers just to get us the fuck home. Me and him in the back of cars. Like, why the fuck did we pay this person $20 to take us home from fucking some random?
And then we're holding hands because we're feeling because they're going 140 miles an hour.
We're on the rise.
Like, oh my god!
I don't have my cell phone. Oh well, dude, we're too far gone now.
All right, so let me rephrase the question a little differently.
Yeah.
Holly's Bar and Grill, I think it's called, right there on the old Patty Fleming.
Yep.
Sure.
I saw that's getting built.
And they're doing live entertainment. And they say, we want TweeKs Corner. We'll pay you guys. We're opening Labor Day through Thanksgiving Day. You're going to play every Friday, Saturday night.
No.
Give you X amount of dollars.
Mhm.
Could you guys come up with people to?
Maybe some.
Well, a lot of it. Well, I don't live anywhere close to there.
That's the other
so,
thing too.
So,
$100,000.
oh well,
Well,
I'll figure out a
we're
way to
gonna
work.
find-
Mike.
but-
I mean, come on, let's be real.
I said Friday, Saturday night. I didn't say every
Like,
night.
If right now, if you gave him an acoustic guitar, me an acoustic bass, we can play our songs stripped down, but people will get bored of that shit.
Yeah, we can only do so
can
much.
play.
Of
We
that.
can only do so much
Right.
of that. And we've played, and at 40, going on 40, it's like we've done a lot, and we just do it now for fun.
Right.
We enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Now, granted, I would love if somebody came to us and says, hey, here's a chance for you to open up for Korn. It's like,
Or-
fuck.
or even-
I kept my example.
Yeah,
simple.
exactly. Or that, 100,000.
It's Friday, Saturday at.
I would say this.
Flanagan.
We would put an attempt in. We
Oh,
would,
absolutely.
They want it. We would just be like, no, fuck it. We don't want to. If they're like, hey, we want it, and we would talk it over and be like, all right, you want to? Yeah, let's give it a shot at least. Let's try. And we know other musicians we would call. If they all said yes, we would put forth the effort to make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
If they all said no, then it's going to be like, well, fuck, I don't know another drummer. Do you? I
Right.
know this
Yeah.
guy. We would
Yeah.
put forth an effort. We're not dicks or rock stars. Like, oh, you need to bump that.
Yeah.
up to half a mil.
Have you heard any of the bands that have played at Flanagan?
They
They're
have
probably still some of the same bands that we played with back in 2000, man.
I'd say a lot of them haven't heard themselves because the way they charge or sometimes act is a little.
Yeah, like you said, we're in this together, and since we've been introduced to flights, football, and anything else, we all have the same thing, man. We're just having fun.
Right.
You know, if somebody says, "Hey, your music's cool," I've came across a couple people that's like, "I didn't know you guys were the music for the podcast," and then I got other people that's like, "Hey, like that song, check out this podcast because that's our song on there." Oh, hey, I listened to that. It's all about a connection thing, you know?
Right. Oh, and it's not every, because
We would
last week I said we were at 382 people on Facebook. Then I checked it. We went to 381. Then Dave made his post. We went to 383. And then now today we're at 382. So there's some people that are like, oh, geez.
We would do the show.
Abrasive.
We'll put it this way. We'll do the show for free only if Flights, Football, and anything else does the pod live from the same
we're
location.
in. Yeah, I'm
You,
in.
you, you guys do the
we'll
you
play
do the
the
pod
underlying
live.
music.
We'll play in between your segments.
And we'll chime in here and there, little quips.
All right. Could you get a singer? Let's say we had next. Let's say it's Labor Day weekend.
Sure.
Bar X is going to give you $10,000
Okay.
for Labor Day weekend. But they say we need a vocalist. Could you get a vocalist to go for $10,000 for Labor Day weekend?
If you,
So I'll take this one.
yeah,
Give me a
go
second. So I'm going to lay out an open challenge to all of the Flights Football and anything else listeners.
Both of them?
All three of you.
all three of you.
If
Well,
you
Eric usually doesn't listen when he's on, so we're down to 2.
I've only listened to an episode and a half, so is it
now you're down
one
to
and a half
one.
listener? It's just Dave overseas, right? So to the remaining people that are listening, I have an open challenge for you. If you think you can sing and are interested, send us a demo of you singing.
We're very stubborn musicians, right?
We definitely are.
And at the rate that we make music,
You have to keep.
we
up
would
with us.
try. But here's the thing, too. There are old recordings we have of singers. We've had a singer.
Yeah, up until what 3-4
By
years
no
ago
means
now.
am I
Yeah.
calling you
Yeah,
guys
oh, no,
out.
no,
I'm
oh,
just
no, no.
asking,
There
could it
comes
be
a time,
possible?
especially locally. I think it could be. I could call somebody that I know is a good singer. He probably thinks our music is average,
we
but
have a
for the
few
price
connections.
tag,
Yeah,
he'll
for-
throw
for
some.
te-
He'll throw some words on and phone it in and just get his
for
paycheck.
$10,000 split.
Yeah.
5 ways. They'll do
He
it.
could get the
Yeah.
job done. Would he still be there when the show ended? No.
No.
They'd be like, yeah, I don't like that. Because
one
the
and
work, I don't really write lyrics. They would probably, from when we did, like, have our singer, they would be like, hey, this part can this be shorter? Make this part longer. But it's like our music's already out there. So now if we're going to play these songs, and now we've been playing it, say, this part 4 times for the last 6 years, and now you want us to play it 2 and then hop into it would throw the whole thing off. But, and also, I mean,
it could be done.
it could be done. It could
we're
be.
not
And then you
we're not
run
saying
into the
it couldn't
part,
be.
then you're going to run into the people who'd be like, man, you guys are a good band. You just need a new singer. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, we never heard that before.
And you're instrumental, and people are like, you need a singer. It's like,
So
yeah,
can you guys do it? And again, not throwing shade.
no,
not being a dick.
We don't
Can
get
you guys do covers?
Yeah, we
Well,
have a couple covers.
We got the
on
Whitney
YouTube
Houston
right now.
cover that you mentioned.
that
We got
was
our
that-
Christmas cover,
We got the Christmas cover.
Filter,
We've got the Filter cover. That one
Lincoln Parks.
and Lincoln Park. We have 4 covers out on YouTube right now. If you were to go check out our page,
If it's about finding a niche or a niche or whatever, because when you listen, going back to wrestling, when
But I do a wonderful War Pigs. Can you guys back me up on War Pigs?
for you, we'll do it.
we'll
man.
do it for you, Mike.
Do it for
Absolutely.
you. That's it. But when you go into wrestling, man, and you think of some of those entrance songs like Austin's, the glass, dun 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 dun,
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
iconic one.
dude, it's like if we could get our hands in like
We've been looking.
WWE, like, hey, take some of our songs,
We've been looking
man.
to get into like the jingle space.
Yeah.
We're just,
Okay.
just writing
Horizon,
commercials.
get the new
things like
iPhone
that.
26.
Yeah, whatever it is, we've looked into it. Unfortunately, I have a very busy daytime job, and Eric's,
So the Maple Grill's $10,000 offer. I should just tell them to stick it.
if the Maple Grill has
Well,
$10,000,
We'll figure
That-
it
that'd
out. I'll
be a
fucking
shock
sing
first.
for $10,000. I'll sound like Kanye West. We'll slap some auto tune on this bitch, and we'll fucking.
we will absolutely auto-tune everything. We'll do it.
Like I said, I'm just curious. Like I said, I asked Nate about spilling the nachos last week because
I
they
know,
did
you did.
141 episodes and they had some technical difficulties, and now it's like 4 months later and they haven't. And
I think
once you go away from something,
I think has it been about a year now since we? our
Yeah,
last
we haven't
album
done
came out?
nothing since because this Mother's Day was the release of was the year anniversary of our self title with Your Mom Says Hello. Planned accordingly. So it's been a while, but I actually came to him because, like I said, we've jammed our whole life with singers and stuff, and it got to a point where we kind of hit this dead wall with a guy that was singing for
Yeah,
us.
that's
at
what
the
you're
time.
saying.
And I mean, just singers in general.
Yeah, singers in general. So, we had some, and I told him, I called him, I was at work, and I was just like, hey, I want to keep making music, man. I've been playing for 20-some years, and I want to keep doing it. It's just fun. It's something that I love doing, whether everybody listens, nobody listens, whatever. And he was like, I don't want.
I really wanted to do something with the singer.
And then I sent him a track, and I sent him a bass line, and he's like, dude, and then it just fucking clicked.
That was happened.
Wine is fine, but whiskey's quick. Suicide is slow with
Why don't you
liquor.
just sing for us then? Call it good.
I can only give select verses. I mean,
doesn't
you guys are
matter.
going to have to be on your A game.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
can only do select verses.
We have autotune, Mike. We'll do it. Plus, Eric can back you up with his dude voice.
Yeah, we'll get that on there.
There we
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Big
Well, we're
sexy.
big rock singers. We got golden
Rock
fingers,
singers,
and we're
yeah.
loved everywhere we go. That's right. We sing about beauty and we sing about truth. At $10,000 a show, right? We take all kind of pills to give us all kind of thrills, but the thrill we never known is a thrill that'll get you when you get your picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
People are listening, or they just turned off now. They're like, fuck that
What
shit.
the fuck was
What?
that?
No, fuck that.
We're going
All right.
to apologize in advance, ladies and gentlemen.
You
Yeah,
liked it.
fuck yeah,
Fuck
fuck
that. Y'all like that shit.
Hot twist down that thing.
TweeKs Corner on YouTube, TweeKs Corner on Facebook, Flights Football and anything else on Facebook and X.
And the guys that did that video, I guess the guys that did that video are pissed because they're not getting any bump and shit.
well.
And she's getting
Just to
all
talk
the,
to a girl? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's donating.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It's well-deserved.
I'm going to be.
Sure.
There was a buddy of mine. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. Everybody here.
Look, I don't think she's that attractive, but
I didn't say anything about being
Yeah.
attractive.
But that one, my buddy, he sent me a picture that says, because you all know who this girl is, just proves that she was right.
Exactly. Hey, I'll throw this out there. This has nothing to do with what we were just talking about, but enthusiasm beats technique every time.
Oh, dude, I will take. We're going off the fucking rails.
Enthusiasm beat technique. I'll give you that. But if I'm getting the fucking hey, wait a second. You clean that up.
I will take a crazy off the wall in bed 5 average looking girl 5 over a perfect 10 who just lays there
Who's a
like
dead
a dead
fish?
fish
Yeah,
any
no.
fucking day.
Any day of the week. Every time.
No, but my gripe is she said something a little off color, a little
Yeah.
stupid. I've done that a million times in this pod, and all I do is spend money on more beer.
Yeah, but you're not a cute 23-year-old girl, Mike.
I'm better. I'm a distinguished, balding, chubby
Distinguished
guy.
gentleman.
Oh my God! And then now we just lost the last 2 listeners. Now.
No, but that would, I guess, take you back. You know, you're sitting there, you're in the throes, like, this is getting good, and all of a sudden,
Well,
you'd be like, hey, wait a second.
I mean, I'm going to speak for myself when I say if I saw that, I would be thoroughly impressed.
I think I would just be confused. It'd be like, hey, wait a second, did you just spit
in
on
that
me?
confusion, though, would you tell her to stop?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Exactly.
I would be like, I would really be. I mean, Mr. Johnson may get a little softer because I'd be like, wait a second, did she just spit on me?
But you're not having her stop, though.
Oh no, not
absolutely
It's
not.
like you're gonna have to work harder because the little fella just curled up.
It's kind of like Gumby right now.
Oh, fuck.
It's like, hey, wait a second, what did you just do?
Holy fuck.
All right, I think
God
it's time
damn.
to rate this coffee.
Oh, man, we can keep going now. Just all right.
You guys go first because I have my own take on this beer. It's really
All right,
interesting.
I'll go first because I'm probably going to skew the rating. Like I said, I'm not a coffee drinker normally by day. I'm not a dark beer fan in general, so I will give this a 2.5.
Eric.
So I'm going to go. I do like coffee, but to me, that's really all it is. And it's like right off the jump.
There's no alcohol.
There's no alcohol taste. There's no nothing. It's just a shot of coffee, and that's it. So I'm just going to go 3.0.
All right, well, I'm going to go a little higher than both of you, but not out of the realm higher. At 4.5%, you're getting what you get because that's a low ABV.
Might as well
It
be
did
old
have the
rules.
coffee on the notes, had coffee on the finish, and it did have that stout. I'm going to say this beer was what it said it was going to be, and I'm going to go 3.15.
Okay.
Untapped, only 473 check-ins, so the Nano Brewery in High Bridge, New Jersey is not that popular.
I can see why.
Those 473 people rated it 3.73. So better than us, but we're somewhat, sort of, kind of in the ballpark.
Kind of, sort of.
Sexy Mexi. You know a place
Yes,
that we should have played at that I would love to play at?
What's that?
The Maple Grill out Gratiot Road.
I think I've heard of it.
Oh, wait. Do you mean 13105 Gratiot Road in Hemlock? The Maple Grill, GRILLE.com?
That's the
That's
place.
the one.
Not sure if they do live entertainment, but hey, anything for business. Maybe they'd be open to suggestions. And rustic farm to table eatery serving Dave, I can't remember. Hey, you know what? I'm not even going to try to read Dave's writing. The fucking fire brewed pizza is amazing, and they have plenty of craft beers and ciders and even a couple seltzers. The Maple Grill. But no reservations, and you have to check their menu because it's not a consistent menu like you would get at a Buffalo Wild Wings or an Applebee's or anything.
Let me take a crack at this. I think
go
I can
ahead.
put on my customer service voice here.
Here's the better Eric. Going to read the Maple Grill ad.
The rustic farm to table eatery serving a rotating menu of local flair plus wood-fired pizzas. They also have 18 taps of craft beer and ciders.
I'm
What do you
kind of
think?
strangely aroused by that one.
And when you get there,
Tell them Mike and Dave sent you.
amen.
So I guess we won't play there. We'll just go there and eat. Sounds good.
And have
And I
one of their 18 select craft beers.
I've dared all three of our listeners to go there, and you know the waitress may slap your face, or you may get a discount on your meal.
Maybe
but
both.
Yeah,
That's a good
maybe
night to me.
both. Yeah, exactly. All right, third tasting, gentlemen. We're in the home stretch here, episode 240.
This is when the cream rises to the top.
Someone in My Head from Fat Orange Cat, which, by the way, is a contract brewery, which our first tasting was a microbrewery, but they're both from North Haven, Connecticut, oddly enough.
Ooh.
Not really sure what the difference between a contract brewery and a microbrewery is, but then again, I'm not in the brewing industry. I'm just in the drink beer industry. 8.75 ABVs, 0 IBUs, and it's very rare. I'm not going to say it's never happened on the pod, but it's very rare to go into the hundreds on the ABV. It's usually 5.6, 8.2, 5.1. This one is 8.75, so almost 3/4 of the way to a 9%er.
All right.
You know, as has been established on this podcast in this episode, I like my beer blonde, and that's the opposite of how I like my women. So I'm pretty excited about this beer, actually.
I'm very excited about this beer because if you look into the cat's eyes,
There's an ass
there's
right
an
there.
ass, a bare ass on there.
There are some
And
cheeks.
the hair,
there
it
are
is,
some cheeks.
Yeah. Might be your eyes, man.
Ooh, and it's so bright.
So bright.
Look at this
Don't look
coloring.
directly at it.
Look at this coloring.
Fat Orange Cat is a very one of my favorite Fat Orange Cats was I Hate Mondays.
Should we
almost
go
forgot.
over the board again?
Yeah, just a
Cheers.
cheers.
Oh, shit.
Whoopsies. Dave.
Oh, yeah.
That's tasty.
That's sexy.
And I'm a dog person, and Fat Orange Cat comes through time after time. Just like Cindy Lauper, time after time, baby.
Oh,
Just
shit.
consistency.
Gotta love it.
All right. Before we go any further with this episode, didn't do it last week, but boy, do we have to catch up on the old NOTD.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah. Well, you've only listened to one fucking episode.
It was and it wasn't done last fucking week, so you have no fucking idea.
But NOTD is the next one to die. You know how they say celebrities die in 3?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So last week, no
peeking, no cheating.
While we were recording episode 239, Shelley Duvall passed away.
Yep, Shining.
I
remember her. Yep.
And this isn't even her line, but my favorite line: "Winnie, give me the bat, give me the bat." And you think so Shelley Duvall also. For those not familiar with The Shining, she was also olive oil to Robin Williams.
Yep, in the Popeye.
She was in the, was it Troop 13 or something like that? Movies, the Girl Scout movies, I think.
Okay, well, I'll take
Growing
your
up.
word on that. I didn't know that.
I think.
If not, that'll be a corrections corner next week. Somebody.
All right, so that was Thursday the 11th. And then on Saturday the 13th, we lost Dr. Ruth and Richard Simmons.
Man,
I remember Richard Simmons.
he busted the shorts out.
I had my Hoochie Daddy shorts on in honor of Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons is a wrestler.
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons.
So hopefully we just didn't put the kiss of death on Ron Simmons of the Acolytes.
Damn!
Acolytes and
Acolytes, yeah.
I got a pretty nice buzz going. We're rolling deep right now, so pardon me.
I don't think you shed any tears for Dr. Ruth. I think she was like 90-something.
Yeah.
But I remember listening to her as a high schooler, and she would say,
sex doctor, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And when you're without a girlfriend, and you're like,
oh yeah, I unfortunately remember those nights.
She said She said you play with the penis. I'm like, I'm getting around here.
Well, if she said,
she thinks it's okay.
So then anyway,
Jesus Christ.
Also on Saturday the 13th, to start the next trifecta, we had Shannon Doherty.
Yeah,
from
I saw that.
90210.
I couldn't believe
younger than me.
Yeah,
3 years younger than me.
Now, what is it that she died from? Was it cancer?
Didn't she have MLS or something?
That I don't know.
I don't know, but I was shocked as fuck to see that.
That's a corrections corner for next week because I have no idea why.
I don't know.
All right.
Or what,
well, that would be more of an update corner.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know.
I didn't say she was murdered by Charles Manson, because then that would be
we don't have an official cause of death, so
right.
I have no
that'll
idea.
be an update for the episode.
Okay, update.
See, if you listen to more than one episode, you would know what a corrections corner was.
You don't have to tell me more than once, Mike. I get it.
He's got to do it more times than you've listened.
I mean,
no, he's definitely told me more than I've listened to it.
Because I would like to see on the Spotify. I would like to see the Spotify playlist go from 5 to 6. I mean, humor.
Then you'll know it's him.
Maybe I'm just fucking with you, Mike, and maybe it went from 4 to 5. You're fucking welcome. Okay.
All right, so then the second one, I got to look up a text from Jake, because I wasn't going to give this guy, and you guys being musicians, maybe you know it better than me. Let me pull up Jake's text. So my second one on the list of next one to die was on Monday, one Jacoby Jones of the Baltimore Ravens, 40-something.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one.
You might say, he's not that famous. He shouldn't meet this criteria.
He was on a Super
I
Bowl.
say, you know what? You score a fucking touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
You're fucking memorable.
Yeah.
But he was 40-something years old, and he's going to share the spotlight with David Loggins. Apparently the lead singer of Boston.
Oh.
No shit.
Oh.
He died on Monday. So
I am a Boston fan. I feel ashamed that I didn't know his name.
The same day as Jacoby Jones. So I'm going to put those guys in a split screen.
Yeah.
Number 2 on the next one to die. And then finally, today, to round out the second triumvirate.
I haven't heard of anyone today. So
we haven't looked at
really
news today.
Bob Newhart.
The TV show.
Yes.
No fucking shit.
Oh,
Professor
wow.
Proton from The Big Bang
And
Theory.
you know what fucking generated some under the sheets in the dark activity with Suzanne Plachette on the Bob Newhart show. Gentlemen.
Maybe I'm just too young. I have no idea who you're talking about.
Watch an old Bob Newhart show and look at
Bob
Suzanne
Newhart
Pleshette.
show. In frequent ones, he was Professor Proton in The Big Bang Theory.
I know
well,
that.
Okay, my bad. Fuck.
So,
Fuck, man.
knockers, you talk Suzanne Pleshette. Now, this brings
Not to be confused with Suzanne Summers.
No,
right?
no.
No, not for
She's a
knockers.
She's a brunette, and Suzanne Pleshette
Yeah,
brings
and
it
if
to
we're
the
talking
table.
about titties,
Oh, yeah,
we
this
ain't
is
talking.
like, nobody's home, you're 14, it's
Yeah.
like, gonna get
You don't have the Sears catalog.
Now, here's the thing, though. This is a perfect segue because in episode 238, I said my big gripe with Three's Company was Jack Tripper played a homosexual only because Mr. Roper wouldn't allow a non-married, relationship,
Yeah.
and that's how Jack was able to live with Janet and Chrissy. And I said there were many nights where I was under the covers racing the lizard.
That sounds like we need to cover something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and my buddy Larry said, "Racing the lizard." I'd never heard that.
I've definitely never heard that.
You never heard racing the lizard? All right,
No.
so we're going to go into an impromptu second edition Mount Rushmore
That's right, folks.
of self-pleasure euphemisms.
Everybody needs
Oh,
to turn
boy.
it back on. Everybody needs to turn it back on right now.
Stay tuned, folks. This
All
is
right, so
gonna
now,
get interesting.
all right, I'm going to give you my 4. You guys give me, because it's impromptu, so you guys had no chance to get a list together. I'm going to give my top 4. Number 4, I'm going to go with the old status. Beating your, his, beating the meat.
Yep.
Beating your meat.
Classic.
Classic.
Never goes out of style.
Never goes out of style. Everybody knows what you're talking. Hey,
100%.
I walked into the locker room and Eric's beating his meat. Everybody knows what's happening.
100%.
You don't even know which Eric.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even know. You don't even know which Eric technically. So
It's to the point. It's simple. It's like, all right, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my 3, 2, and 1 leave a little of the imagination, but you should be able to figure it out unless you're an idiot.
Yep.
Number 3, punching the clown.
I've never heard.
I've
that.
never. That's fucking good though. I like that one.
I've never
Punching
heard
the
that
clown.
The clowns have big red noses.
That's a good one.
My number two, strangling old One Eye.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
yeah, we can go with that.
And my number 1, without question, has to be burping the bald guy.
I've never fucking heard that one either.
that one. That was good as hell. Oh shit.
Oh God.
Am I missing any? Do you guys have any that?
I think I can come up with a few.
I got a couple. I don't think I
So-
could on 4. Go ahead.
So, So I have A Date with Miss Michigan,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
or Miss Rosie.
Rosie
Five
Palm.
Sisters,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Play a little 5-on-1.
All right. Those are like deep tracks.
I like the Miss Michigan. I forgot about that one.
Beat Your Meat is obviously a classic.
Yeah, that like I say, that just lets everybody know. I was like, hey,
I think the funniest one I've ever heard is Hand to Gland Combat.
See, I'm old fashioned, so you just got to go with jerking off, jacking off, jerking off, jacking off.
Jilling off.
Yeah, you got to go with rubbing one out,
Oh yeah.
rub one out, and then for the females, you got to do the double click your mouse. You never double clicked your mouse, and then
For the younger generation,
Yeah.
we probably never heard that phrase.
two fingers. You never double clicked your mouse, but you got to go with just still beating your meat. I mean. But other than that, I mean, Miss Michigan, my wife used that one on me when we first started dating. That I was going to marry Miss Michigan. So that was a good one. But
Maybe a little excessive.
maybe a little excessive. But what's the one? What's the one that they? I feel so fucking stupid right now. What's the? Because I can't think of it. Not because what's the one? You fucking take whatever hand you are, you take your opposite hand and let it fall asleep, and then you got to rub one out. What's that called? No,
I know what you're talking about.
So I'm right-handed, so I'm supposed to let my left hand fall asleep, and then I got
like you sit on your opposite.
Yeah, and then you
let it
jerk
go numb.
and then you jerk. Stranger.
Yeah.
You give yourself a stranger.
And
you almost spit the beer out on that one.
And that was the last listener.
Now we're talking to an empty crowd. But as the teenage years went on, and the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issues didn't really get it going. So then you had to ask, hey, you got a porn? No, you got one. He's got one. All right, borrow one on the old VHS tape.
Hustler Beaver Shoot the Girl Next Door was the greatest fucking thing.
What?
Oh my God.
Yeah, you see somebody's grandma's like, oh, well, this'll work. Oh, that was really, hey, yeah, that centerfold may be gorgeous.
Oh, shit.
Great proportions, but this, did you see their so-and-so's grandma in a Hustler's Beaver Shoot?
I couldn't give you a name.
We grew up in the era when Jenna Jameson was at the peak, because she looked like she got fucking.
We also grew up in the pre-internet to internet era.
Yeah, the VHS era. So if somebody has Jenna loves so-and-so, it's like, oh, shit, borrow that one. You know what I'm saying? And then actually there's another masturbation euphemism in there, because somebody I remember said, you making puddles?
Oh, what's the other one? Going blind?
Yeah, you're going to go blind, or you're making puddles. But
so you guys talk pre-internet that you grew up. We grew up in the internet where a buddy of mine, Keith Poole. Sorry, Keith, I rat you out, but
no, he's not.
He would steal the porn magazines that were dropped outside in the morning of the drugstore and pass them out to the kids at school. Like,
you'd have to take if you got your parents' VHS tape, you'd have to watch it, and you never put two and two together until you're older now, and you don't want to think about it. But then you pop it in, and you always got to remember this is the scene where so and so's taking it in the ass or whatever. So you watch it, but then when you're done, you got to hurry up and rewind it back. So when they pop the tape in, it's back to so and so taking it in the ass. So that way you're not expected. So he used to label his. What'd you label yours? Saved by the Bell. Oh, or something. So that way your parents they wouldn't guess his porn, but it's all fun and games until his sisters are like, "Oh, Saved by the Bell!" And it's like, "Oh shit!" So we'd always put them in VHS. Like,
oh my God.
I'd stash mine in the Austin Powers movie covers and shit like that, dude.
That.
It was fucking hilarious, man. When you're making the puddles, as you so to speak.
That's when porn was king. When you actually had, there was a build up to the. Ron Jeremy was a shitty detective, but you knew there was going to be something at the bottom. At the end of the story, you knew Ron Jeremy was going to crack the case.
Or crack something else.
I tell you what, aside from him being the ugliest motherfucker ever.
Did you ever see Young Ron Jeremy? Young Ron Jeremy is actually
Mario mustache and shit.
Got to be a hedgehog.
The hedgehog, and then he would ask the women. I always died laughing. Look, listeners. Everybody's watched porn, okay? Grow the fuck up. Don't act like you haven't seen porn.
Look,
I would die laughing when he would make the women do the countdown. Before he fucking would bust. Every scene. That shit had me fucking dying, dude.
It blows my mind that I still remember this from that time frame. That these porno fucking
dude, they don't go out. And so I recently for my basement, I got a VCR, and I've been getting my hands on old VHS tapes. And I got people that like, I got people that are like, here, I got a whole box of them. Take them, because I can't sell them.
I think my literal words were, I bet there's a home movie in one of those.
There's got to be. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was expecting it. So a coworker of mine gave me 2 boxes of VHSs, probably 100 of them. Not one fucking porn. I was like, what in the fuck? It is. Because when I worked at the bar Shooters, we had midget wrestling. And they gave out all these tapes that was supposed to be like Midget Mania 2022.
I fucking remember this.
You remember this?
Yes.
So they were handing out all their wrestling matches. And then you get home and you're like, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll have some friends over, and it's fucking midget porn. And you're like, dude, this dude's lifting this girl with one fucking hand.
What the fuck is going on? But you still
bouncing her like a basketball.
But you still
total tangent. Did you work at Shooters before or after that guy killed him? bouncer
Before,
killed it.
so I worked at Shooters. What 2000?
That would have been
2000.
2000 to 2003, 4.
Yeah.
I think that'd have been after.
Yeah.
The bouncers killed the fucking.
Oh no, then that's probably what led them to fucking close down. But there were some great times there. But
You know, to kind of call back our earlier segment, I think we've played when we were in our playing days. I think that was the venue we played the most.
yeah,
Shooters?
Oh yeah.
I remember we played there the entire summer
Mm-hmm.
of one year, and I don't remember the year. It was probably 2004,
Yeah.
something like that. Every weekend we were there. Every weekend.
Yep. And still, nobody would beat our meat for us.
Nobody would bicycle us.
Nobody.
And that's what's wrong with the porn industry. Porn industry is AEW wrestling. Used to have, like I say, Harry Reams was a
Peter North.
They were private eyes or doctors, and they were trying to figure something out.
There was story.
There was it was pretty basic. It was like, all right, well, I ain't buying this, but let's
Can
just
you
get to the
fix the
titty.
sink?
But at least there was something you could follow along.
Substance.
Now today's porn is like, oh, wait a second, he's fucking choking her. He's got a fucking a third leg in her mouth. What's going on?
The old days.
Choking her.
The old days, like you said, it was like, oh, you know, my plumbing don't work. I can't afford rent. Nowadays, it's just like, hey, you like the Bears? So do I. Good. Fuck my ass. Okay.
Well, that's. I mean, at least there wasn't, as stupid as it was, there was a premise to Deep Throat.
Yeah.
You know, because
I've never seen that.
What was
it's
the in the early 2000s at the break of the internet, the infamous I Deep Throat girl?
Oh,
You sent me the meme. I know you see. I don't
no,
remember her
I-
name.
I sent
You
him a
sent me
meme.
the picture that says, "Just know that I know you know who this is." And I'm like, that was literally my entire 10th and 11th grade in high school. Was this
a
chick.
lot of us.
That
let's be
was
real.
that chick's
A lot of us.
videos. So if you stumble across this and you're still out there making videos, endorse Flights Football and anything else, and TweeKs Corner Music.
I'm looking for the meme right now. I'll show you, Mike. in a minute.
all right.
So did this go to plan? Or were you-
Absolutely.
Carry on.
You know, hey, like I said, everything's changed. It's like everybody's got to go for the kill shot right away. Harry Reams would at least ask questions to the lady.
Didn't fucking Ron Jeremy actually get? Isn't he in jail?
Yeah, for
And
a
I'm
whole
like,
bunch of shit. And I think, he's a pig now.
well, yeah. And I'm just
Well,
like,
I don't think
this
it's
dude.
now. I think it's always been one.
But that's what I'm saying. You're literally getting paid to have sex with some of these women. How are you
and you
up?
still have to do something.
And you still have to rape women? Like, can't you? You got the urge on a Friday, but you're shooting on Sunday. Can't you just hold it off for like 48 hours to legally get some?
right.
Like, and I'm not in any way condoning. I'm not saying what he did was right, but no, whatever. He's a fucking piece of shit. I get
Right.
that.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's just like the football players. When you see that they kick the shit out of this, I'm like, you couldn't wait till Sunday and legally fucking hit this motherfucker. You had to hit him now. Like Ron Jeremy, I'm like, dude, you're fucking ugly. Of course you're going to have to rape people. They're getting paid. I'd hate to break it to you, but when a stripper says she likes you, she's getting paid. She doesn't really like.
She's trying to get paid.
Yeah, she doesn't like you. So all these women that you're having sex with is because you're getting paid. So maybe you should just stick with that rather than trying to go out to a club on a Friday night. Like, you know who I am? And this girl like, yeah, a fat Italian motherfucker. I get away from me. Like, just wait.
Amen.
So, yeah, there's our porn segment there for the day and rubbing one out and beating our meat.
I didn't think we were going to talk about porn. So,
Well, we were talking about beating your meat.
I didn't think we were going to talk about that either. So,
Well,
I guess this is the anything else
Yeah.
part of the
Or-
flight.
of the podcast.
Dave just turned that off too.
Well, there's an adult film industry awards. I mean, those young, fine, outstanding young men and women have to be.
So, have you actually ever watched them? So,
Yes.
so
I
I have.
I've never watched.
So they have last year's on Paramount Plus. I was like, check this out.
Are you shitting me? They really do.
It's on the Showtime part of Paramount
Right.
Plus. They have the AVN.
Well, I'm not bougie.
Let me
enough
tell
for
you.
the Showtime
Oh,
part of it.
shut the fuck up. Let me tell you what. When you watch the Grammys, you watch all this Emmys, whatever. All these celebrities come out half-ass naked But when you watch the porn ones, they come out in full dresses, tuxes. I mean,
The complete opposite.
The complete fucking opposite, and they look gorgeous. There's dudes wearing these tuxes. It's like Jesus, but I mean, I guess, you already know what's
everybody-
you already
knows
know
what's under there.
this is the time because you ain't showing up to the awards naked. But it's definitely a trip to watch them. Be like, oh, the award for best cocksucker goes to Eric Goslin. It's like, oh, okay, well,
Probably. I mean,
you get up there and it's like, I just want to thank all the dicks I sucked, and I'm glad that you voted me for being the best. She's a good one. And then everybody's just like,
yeah.
but it's definitely a trip.
Everybody's got to have a role.
Yeah,
Know your role and open your mouth.
open your mouth. Yeah, that's a good one.
Back to it.
Oh, fuck, man. I about choked on the beer on that one. Holy shit. She can make a killing because now I don't know how frequent, how frequent you guys watch porn.
She copyrighted that shit by
But
now.
when you go to Pornhub or wherever you go, there's always some fucking Hawk Tua banner now with some blonde chick trying to duplicate it. So, and yes, I know everybody here watches porn. Everybody listening has seen porn, watches porn. So don't be like,
Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Amen.
A fucking man. All right. Well,
By the way, I'm still looking for the ID.
wow.
Either or.
Not to keep you in suspense.
Either or. Here we go. Either or. Let's move off of the porn. Well, or are we? Is that the
No, I have two, and neither one of them are porn related.
Okay.
Oh, well, the train stops
All right.
here.
So, mind your own fucking business, or who looks this shit up?
Who looks this shit up?
Looks this shit up. See, I was gonna say mind your own fucking business, but you're the guest, so
All right. So, got to pull the phone up here for that one.
Hawk Tua. You need that
All right.
sound effect on the board.
All right. So, 29, 13, 5, 5, 5, 3. You guys are like, okay, what?
I know what this is.
I don't.
All right. So, Caitlin Clark's
Yep.
stat line
Oh.
yesterday, which this, I don't know what date it was, but it was within the last week. Caitlin Clark's stat line yesterday, 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals, 5 made threes, and 3 blocks. It's the first 25, 10, 5, 5, 5, 3 game in WNBA or NBA history.
No shit.
I mean, that sounds like an average NBA player's.
That's what I'm thinking. Is like, now who the fuck looked that shit up? It's like, wait a second. She had 29, 13. Because I know one day John Stockton had 12 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals, and 5 made threes. So let me check. So who's fucking going back through all the data? And I know there's algorithm. You get on the computer, you plug it in. But, I mean, okay, that's a great day. I'm not taking anything away from Caitlin Clark. 29 points. Fuck, Wilt Chamberlain scored 100.
Yeah.
I mean, Caitlin Clark's the only reason the WNBA is even mentioned.
Well, it goes back to the golf because they have an identity of something that's
Well,
relevant.
They have a champion.
Agree with that. Though what I'm saying is nobody in the NBA has done this. 29 points.
Oh, and
I
the
mean, fuck.
in the NBA,
That's
that's an every night occurrence. I would
no,
think.
but it says in the WNBA, or
WNBA.
NBA history.
Oh.
Or NBA history.
And I find and that's why my headline was who looks this shit up? Because
Yeah, there's
29 points. You know they're a guy. Fuck, Kobe went for 80. Wilt Chamberlain went for 100.
No.
Michael Jordan had 80.
Russell Westbrook literally averaged a triple-double for 2 seasons,
Okay,
didn't he?
well, triple-double. There's 5 stat lines here. 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 the steals is the one that probably throws
Yeah, I was going to,
But I'm just saying that who's looking this up? And I'm calling bullshit because 29, 13, 5, 5, 5,
It sounds
and
like
3.
it sounds like Jordan would have done this by now. honestly, or Kobe,
It's just, but
Or even LeBron.
or LeBron.
it's the same. I'm going to what you said about who looks this shit up because we all watch football. That's our sport of choice. And some of the games that I hear shit, they're like, oh, it's an example. Doesn't need to be a corrections or anything. Oh, Mahomes is 3 out of 10 when the wind's coming from the southeast with the sun up in the west. It's like you're paying somebody probably a fuck ton of money to look this shit up. When his shoelace is more towards the left, he tends to – it's like, who the fuck is doing that? It's like that in all these sports. I agree.
Yeah.
So who's doing it? Like, it's just crazy, to me at least.
I'm in agreement. That's why I say that was my either or. I was just baffled by it. I was like, hell, that was a hell of a game. I'm not taking anything away from the game, but it's like,
yeah. No,
I mean, that's a damn good game for anybody.
right.
Yep.
All right, I got one.
Go for it.
Happened last
right.
Saturday. We have the AEW, the third best wrestling promotion in the country.
Third? Who's the second?
The WWE, the second best wrestling promotion in the United States. And we have the United States of America, the USA, the first best wrestling promotion in the United States of America. And the work that was done last Saturday, which caused Kid Rock to release a
Kid Rock?
a 12-second YouTube, Instagram, whatever the fuck it was. You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me. Okay, well, the alleged sniper was allegedly killed, so who's fucking with you, kid? You have a fucking skunk piss fucking Red Stag whiskey. And why all of a sudden is this about you? You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me. Who the fuck are you, Kid Rock? Your fucking music is going downhill since Ba with the Ba. I'll give you Rock and Roll Jesus, and everything after Rock and Roll Jesus sucks absolute donkey dick, and you're gonna fucking threaten me. You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me. Who fucked with you? And the alleged sniper was allegedly killed when he gigged his fucking ear and stood up and gave the Heil Hitler sign as the Secret Service let him stand up to face more gunshots, but yet they fucked with you. How did anybody fuck with you, Kid Rock? Why don't you go fucking take your AK-47 and shoot up more Bud Light, you piece of shit?
Dude, I fucking love you. We talk about...
No. Let's give a round of applause for this. That was fantastic, Mike.
We talk
I
all
loved
the
every
time.
fucking second of that.
When people talk, and then the bottom line we get down to, political, whatever, I'm not getting into all that, but what shape of a country are we in when we actually take political advice from fucking Kid Rock?
That's my
fucking Kid Rock. Are you serious?
Hey, my 401k was better with Trump. I'm not trying to say I'm pro Biden, pro Trump. This isn't a political show. I'm a political idiot. But if we're taking it from Kid Rock,
this is a fuck Kid Rock.
This is a fuck Kid Rock segment, which I'm all for.
He came, and I'll take it back to anybody because I'll go to all music. We talk about this constantly.
Yes.
Fucking constantly. You talk about how you go to a concert and they talk about their sobriety or whatever. You're fucking out of it.
Yeah, fuck
You're
you.
fucking done.
Quitter!
Yeah.
Hey, fun fact. If you go on our page and look at old pictures, there's a picture of me in a
rehab for quitters.
For quitters.
That's my favorite T-shirt.
I'm the same way with political shit. Because we grew up, Love Stain's first major label album, Dysfunction. Great album.
We're talking about Aaron Lewis.
Yeah. And then it leads into Aaron Lewis being country, whatever, he comes back, and now all he does is get political. And we're like, dude, shut the fuck up. And then Ted Nugent, phenomenal guitar player, good music, whatever.
That's
and then he comes out and be's political, which was odd that he came out to be so political, and then he announced his farewell tour, which he couldn't sell out the Temple Theater in Saginaw, so fuck him.
He's been a shitbag for a long
exactly.
time.
And then, but Kid Rock, out of all of it, and then they're just like this and this. I'm like, well, can you name some Kid Rock songs? Oh yeah, this one. No. Can you name any that came out from his first, like you said, Ba to Ba, Only God Knows Why, whatever.
Kid Rock. Let's be clear. Kid Rock has always blown nuts.
He has.
Always.
So what I was getting to was now.
Ba What the Ba was a cool party song.
That's it.
It was about as good as you're gonna get from Kid Rock.
That's it.
Right.
So
I agree with that.
do we really need to look ourselves as the country and be like, hey, I get my political advice.
That's
from Kid
why
Rock.
that.
It's like fucking.
Fuck you.
I was
Fucking
at Shooters.
America.
We'll throw it back to Shooters. Kid Rock played at the Dow. They booked Kid Rock to come to Shooters to make an appearance. Right? He's coming in. All of our $7 an hour at the time fucking security guards thought they had the biggest dick because they had to walk Kid Rock in through the front Shooters doors to the back. I was at the bar. I stood up in 2002.
Oh yeah.
And I yelled, "You fucking suck!" And I got told by the fucking boss, "Go home. We're not trying to give this image that he." I'm like, his fucking music sucks.
It
okay,
does. It always has.
Fucking sucks. He's fucking white trash. He smells like a 40-ounce of Budweiser or Marlboro Reds.
He looks like he smelled like he pissed himself.
Yeah, straight up, honestly. And then he had a fucking midget dude singing with him for the first.
I
what
mean,
the fuck, dude?
How the fuck? No. And then the bigger question is, how the fuck did he get Pamela Anderson?
Right. No shit. Following up Tommy Lee from fucking Motley Crue.
Yeah, you go
Like,
from Tommy Lee to Pamela Anderson, or to
Kid
Kid
Rock.
Rock.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's get
exactly.
fucking-
So
who fell off harder?
yeah. So it's like when I hear people supporting Kid Rock, and I'm just like, damn, y'all motherfuckers just don't know. Like, you're taking advice from Kid Rock. Well, and then you watch him shoot up the Bud Light fucking 12. That was the dumbest
video I've ever
fucking
seen.
thing I've ever seen. Fuck Bud Light. I'm like, I don't want to be like a dick, but you missed like 6 of them fucking 12.
As I was
That's
drinking,
right there. And them some big ass motherfucking boxes, bro.
as I was drinking a Bud Light.
Yeah,
watching the video.
as he was. I'm like, fuck him. So that's a good fuck you because we have talked about this
I'm
plenty of time.
gonna do this again, but
You getting all happy with the fucking button and shit.
I fucking love it. Any Kid Rock hate, I'm a big fucking fan of.
Yeah, I am. Fuck Kid Rock.
You guys have it here?
He does. I got one. You got one?
I mean, I got a few.
Well, then why don't I go? I just got one then.
Go for it.
I'll cut you off. I got to go on the way to the pod here. I got to give
I'll go in on this one.
I got to go with the fuck you because I text you and say, hey, I'm putting in the order for the pizza. We'll get the pizza. We'll be here around this time, yada, yada. Place the order. Get there. No sooner than I get there, this motherfucker with DoorDash.
It was fucking DoorDash. Somebody okay, first of all, we're
It's
in Saginaw.
Thursday.
It's Thursday, 5 p.m, and we're in Saginaw. Who the fuck is DoorDashing?
You got fucking 40 goddamn fucking pizzas.
Literally.
We walk in. This dude has got 6 fucking bags, 5 of them on the floor. He starts loading it up. All right, cool.
We're just sitting
This
there.
second dude just walks through, helps him loads it up. He bends down, picks it up. This fucker comes from the back with more
Starts
fucking
bringing
pizzas.
more in.
And I'm like, dude, so I text you. I'm like, dude, we're waiting on fucking pizza. We would have been there by now. But goddamn, 40 fucking pizzas on a Thursday night?
Yeah, oh
Who
yeah.
the fuck?
I agree
Thursday
with you.
mid-evening.
Mid-evening. Who the fuck?
Mid-evening. Who the fuck is ordering
All right,
that
now,
many
but
pizzas?
just so our listeners know, who is our fuck you to? Is it to Little Caesars for not having 40?
No, it's
hot
absolutely to the asshole.
It's
who
to the
DoorDashed.
fucking dude at DoorDash. Yeah.
Now, wouldn't it be actually the people that DoorDash did?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
The person,
I'm thinking-
the
and
people,
the DoorDash guy's just doing what he.
job. Okay.
Yeah,
So
no,
the
no,
person,
no, yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, the
asshole
person-
who actually ordered it.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So
the person that ordered that shit, fuck you.
Big fuck you.
There you go.
It's all over to you now.
So I'm gonna be real offensive here, possibly. Not to you, Mike.
I can take it.
Well,
You have a shitty podcast. I'll never listen again. Even though I've only listened once. Fuck you.
Mike drops. Well, there goes that one, folks.
so I'll just do one.
All right.
I'll just do one.
Hey, whatever happened.
I think he felt, yeah. Start with one. We'll see where the next one
yeah,
leads.
He said, well, Mike just said the one I really wanted to do.
You kind of did. So, fuck Saginaw. I used to live here. I don't anymore. This place is a shithole, and it keeps getting shittier every year, and every time I come back to it.
Well, now, are you talking the city or out here in the...
All of it.
All of it?
All of it.
It ain't that bad out here.
You haven't... yes, you have lived outside of here,
Yeah.
but you haven't in a long time.
Yeah.
So you would...
I still go to the city every goddamn...
Well, you got to get specifics.
Yeah.
The city of Saginaw.
All right. Well, that's
It's a
not us.
shithole.
That's definitely...
Yeah, that's not you. But the city of Saginaw. You used to live here. It's a shithole.
Yep.
So, fuck you to everybody that's in that political area that's trying to do anything that is doing nothing. Fuck you to them.
All right. There we go.
All right. And I'm not enough in tune on Saginaw politics to know what you're talking about. So all I do know is that the Thomas Township city offices were delayed opening. So fuck them to them.
Well, I don't come back here very often, but I still have family that lives here.
Are you from here originally?
No. I'm from Texas.
He's from Texas, but...
I was gonna say Mexico City.
We just got a real fucking comedian.
Yeah, well, that's fucking great.
Don't be jealous of my fucking year-round tan, Mike.
Listeners, it's okay. We know him. Don't take offense. We're fucking with him. He can handle it. It's fine.
I'm a big boy.
He's a big boy. No, yeah, we met in...
I wish you would have let me know that before you let him come to my house. Oh boy, that was dark. That went off. That kind of took a dark turn.
That got dark real quick.
I didn't know he was like that. You could use that bathroom. I'd be like, the bathroom? You mean outside my house? Yeah, you can go outside there.
Don't send hate. Don't send any hate towards Mike. He let me use his normal bathroom. Okay.
For $1. I said for $1, he gave me 3 pesos.
And then he got yelled at by his wife. So in the end, he's got to...
Yeah, because she knows exchange rate better than I do.
Yeah.
She said 3 pesos. What the
You
fuck?
motherfucker. You could have got more from him. So that's why...
No hablo inglés.
Anyway, all right. God damn it. Time to rate this third tasting.
He's like, we're done. We've
been canceled.
We went from masturbation.
It's like, wait a second. I started thinking, it's like, wait a second. The wrong people listen to this. Like, even though he's fine with it, like, this could be my. I'm not even having Kid Rock support me on this one. All right.
On the final episode.
Just to clarify, porn, masturbation, Kid Rock, and Mexican. All right.
I am brown, folks.
We're good. All right. Anyways.
Not that you needed to know that.
So we have Someone in My Head by Fat Orange Cat. I'm just deciding if I like this better than Love Letters from Hell. And you know what? I think I did. I'm going to go 4.14.
I think this one was real similar, but I got to say, I liked the aftertaste of the first one better.
Understandable, because, yeah, I get it. I get it.
So I'm going to give this one a 4.0. But they were real close.
Yeah, I think they're very close too. I'm going to go probably a 4.0. Yeah, 4.0 because I can drink it.
So now you went 4.0 on the first one. You're good with saying I like them the same.
I like them the same. I like them the same. But I didn't get much of the aftertaste like he said. So
From the first one?
From the first one, yeah. So
but the aftertaste was real good. That's where I got a milkshake creamsicle kind of flavor.
Shit, maybe this Fat Orange Cat's talking. Okay, we'll go 3.9. We'll go 3.9.
Fucking kitty is talking.
You like the first one.
First one, the best. Hands down the best.
3.9.
And I'll give this one the second best at 3.9.
All right. So now of the three, Fat Orange Cat, the contract brewery out of North Haven, Connecticut, the biggest of the three, because this one had 11,500 check-ins. And again, Better Eric hit it spot on.
Of course.
You and I.
He's only Better Eric for today. Next time I'm back on, I better not be called the
No.
lesser of the two. Fuck that.
Mike, I swear to fucking God, if you do not call him lesser Eric, I will stop listening.
You ain't even listened but one fucking.
It's not. Yeah, it's not going to be. It's not going to be the lesser Eric. It's going to be not the Better Eric.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
so 11,500 people, 4.00. So a little bit better than Eric, a little bit less than me, right on with the Better Eric. And hey, what a fantastic tasting. Hats off, because self-proclaimed Better Eric is a blonde ale
Ain't
bland.
self-proclaimed. You gave him that fucking title. I ain't
No,
letting him go.
self-proclaimed is he's the blonde ale drinker.
Oh, yeah.
He
Oh,
didn't
okay,
have any
okay.
blonde ales,
All right.
and he fucking drank
loved it.
all three of them. And actually gave some good 4.10, 2.5, which I don't have any harm with the 2.5, and a 4.00. So
Yeah.
My only harm with the second one was just there wasn't enough alcohol in it.
that
for me.
that's
Like
that,
the coffee taste.
that's
isn't my
it. That's the
flavor.
problem. You know, that's the problem with my fucking cereal. There's not enough alcohol in this fucking.
It's every fucking day. There's not enough alcohol.
But anyway, episode 240, Eric. 2 episodes in a row. Thank you very much. Like you said, football's coming up. I'm missing the first practice. I'll be there the second practice. And if there's not a fucking pop like Rhea Ripley returning, I'm fucking out. So you better tell the kids. You better fucking blow the roof off this fucking place.
I
is out.
Well,
Yeah,
it could be like the MJF winning with no pop at all.
See,
I had a kid.
I don't want that.
I had a
You know,
kid at one of the workouts. He goes, Coach Wally, you yell a lot. You're loud. I said, I'm just getting you ready for Coach Peters, baby. You better gear up and get ready.
See, so that's where we're at. So,
But I do want to say thanks for having me.
yep.
I won't be available until October, November, the holiday season. So
I would also like to say thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for and
Got my,
I appreciate you sampling the beers, because that's kind of the prerequisite of it, and that's out of your
Yeah.
comfort zone. So I appreciate
I
it.
wouldn't
but,
say comfort zone. I just don't drink a lot. But
but you should
I had a
drink blonde ales. I mean, blonde ales are kind of for like
he don't
pussies.
drink coffee because he's the
Yeah,
one
you
picking the
just-
coffee beans.
you just fucking called me a hipster. I'm fucking offended.
But be that as it may, episode 240 is winding to an end, and as I look down at the bottom of my glass, I can see I'm out of beer. And as the late, great Stuart Scott would say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here.
Huck. They can still hear us.
Every once in a while, the great podcast test the listeners to see if they listen to the after mic. We tell them, hey, fuck those listeners.
I'm still recording.
Well, my bad. I've only listened to one episode, remember? So I didn't know this was still fucking going.
It's over now.
Yeah, it's over now, but
I'm still recording.
Is it really over?
No,
I'm still recording.
I'm still recording, but I can hit stop at any time.
Then